Mic check. Mic check, mic check. Let's go. What's going on? What's going on? You already know what it is. Shout out to my day ones and my stay ones. Definitely in the building. Rocking out with us. Listen, we were supposed to do a show this morning. Listen. I got caught up in drafting the bullet points for the show later on. I got caught up in it. Listen, you guys got to be here to check out the show for later on. You got to be here to check out tonight's 6:30 p.m. show, right? No Emotion Podcast, definitely in the building. It took me 3-4 hours to draft up the bullet points for this show. I promise you, if you're in a relationship or if you're relationship minded, I promise you got to watch tonight's show. I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes what surfaces when we do the research for these shows, I swear to you guys, I'm like, that's amazing right there. Like, tonight's show is going to be one of those shows where I know for a fact, probably not 5 or 10% of the population in America has thought about it from this angle. These relationships and what's going on inside of these relationships. And listen, I have an exercise. I'm not going to make anybody pay for it in my course or anything. I have an exercise in my dating course that I'm going to divulge tonight that will help 80% of your guys' relationships, right? I told you guys a long time ago when I started this podcast, I said, I think I pretty much do have this thing figured out. This life thing, that doesn't mean that I always make the right decisions, but I do have this thing figured out. And I'm talking about to the extent the moves that we do make in order to excel and the moves that we shouldn't make, the things that we shouldn't touch. Some of you might say, well, I know those things too. I'm talking about how to execute them without there being a mass amount of turbulence, right, associated with it. Like getting our bodies back in shape and things like that. We can talk about it. We can do the day's work. But we just can't keep the fire in us to assure that we keep doing the work. Nobody knows these relationships are work, right? But it's very minimal. I'm not going to say very minimal. Relationships, you know how people say, well, it's work. Not really. Not really. The only thing that needs to be established is a relationship blueprint, a relationship business model. How is it when we're starting business? Listen, never mind. I'm not even going to give it to you. How is it? You guys need to understand the things that have worked in the business sector, they will work if you implement them in our relationships. How is it that when it comes time to start a business, right? Do you know what a business model is? A business model is the description of what this business is, what it entails, what it does, how it does what it does. Right? A business model and a business plan are very similar. A business plan will actually put the numbers involved in it. How come you guys don't see enough value in relationships to prepare for relationships to the extent that we do businesses? Right? Why wouldn't we do that? This stuff is so simple. In my days now, I am certain that the information that I have now, there's no way that I could fail in the relationship. It's just no way. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but business plans pretty much are businesses on paper. And they can give you a gist of how the business is going to function. They can give you a business plan or a business model can give you a gist of the value of this relationship. Listen, a lot of you don't know that I do one-on-ones with people. People pay me to do one-on-ones for an hour, right? I have drafted up relationship models for people, similar to business models, similar to business plans. It will give you a glimpse of whether or not it's even worth going into this relationship with that person. You know, I've sent out a paper and had people let me know the things about their significant other, the things about them, right? The habits that their significant other has, the habits that they have, the worst things that they believe can take place in a relationship, the worst things that they believe, the value system. I like to know the value system because if we write that stuff down on paper and the things that are most closely associated with you having a propensity to probably do this thing or that thing, we can get a glimpse at how that thing's going to go. As long as you guys are honest, we can pretty much get a glimpse of how this thing is going to go. If you tell me that you were a sex addict like some years ago and you just got married, we know what one of the major components and obstacles is for you in this relationship to bring this relationship down. So what we need to do, I tell you guys this all of the time. The number one thing that you guys need to do, the number one thing, you got to pick better. Listen, I'll date an average looking woman who has impeccable behavior before I'll date a very beautiful woman who has 50% behavior. I often look around, and you guys don't know it, but I've been doing this for like 4 years. 4 years. You guys know how many people, sometimes 3 people come up in one day. Sometimes 4 people come up in one day. I have interviewed a multitude of women. These relationships are so easy to fix outside of infidelity. These relationships, the debacles, the arguments, they're so easy to fix. But you guys aren't fixing them. You guys aren't fixing the dilemmas and the debacles that are taking place in these relationships. You're not discarding them, right? You guys actually do the opposite. You guys will pretend to get over something and use that thing as a weapon against a person a whole year later. Something that you guys are supposed to have gotten over. You guys are allowing that stuff to linger inside of these relationships. And it only takes a small amount of something. But you know what? I'm not even going to get too deep into tonight's show. Tonight's show is like lit. For real. When I tell you guys that a show of ours is going to be lit, what I'm really talking about, if you ever hear me say that about one of our shows, it really means that I'm going to really, really enjoy it. That I'm going to really, really benefit from it. That's what it really means. When I tell you guys that we have a show that's going to be lit, it really means that it's something that I'm looking forward to because I've done the research and I know how hearing it said out loud when we do the show, how much that is going to replenish my soul, my spirit, how much that's going to benefit me. So a lot of times, some of these shows I'm really looking forward to because I need to hear it. I understood what was going on when we were drafting the show, when we were doing the research for the show. But you got to understand, I'm working as well. I'm working. So I'm not getting to embrace the full brunt and impact of the information of the show. I'm working. I'm putting things together, right? But oftentimes, the majority of the time, 90% of the time, once we sit down once we sit down right here and I can hear the research and the facts being merged together, I often catch myself saying, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to implement that into my situation. I'm going to do this or that because the stuff is relatively simple. It's relatively simple. But I'm not going to talk too much about tonight's show because I'm looking forward to it. What I want to talk about was some of you guys didn't see. It wasn't anything like, you guys familiar with Cooley from No Fugazi podcast? Well, I kind of squared off with him like, 2 days ago, something like that. You're going to see me do it again. I want a piece of Cooley. No Diddy. The show was very interesting. It was very interesting because I learned a lot about Cooley. Listen, shout out to my brother AJ, definitely in the building at 6 p.m. You already know. I am not the debate type. I'm more of the information type. I don't really like debates because to me, debates, they say, I'm going into this to prove somebody wrong. I don't like that. I am more into absorbing information, scouring for information, and us doing good with that information. I'm not into Stacey Prince is a more effective debater than so and so. I don't like that stuff. It's not really beneficial. I don't see it. But I will say this. Some of the people who we see who have large platforms and things like that, I think if we examine them a little bit more closely, they you'll find out that they are not as effective, or I'm not going to even say effective. Oh, she said I get information and spread hate. So, right? Right? Uh, she said, yes, you do. Nope, you get information and spread hate. I see it. Or, or, could it be that our IQs aren't in alignment and you're not able to grasp a lot of the components that are utilized in our teaching? Could it be that when a lot of this stuff flies over your head, what you can't understand, you associate it with hate? Could that be it? Angelia? Angelia? The hell is that? Angelia? Angelia? Angelia. Does that suck or is it okay? Angelia. It sounds like they left off the rest of your name or something. Angelia. Angelia? Yeah, you shouldn't be talking. You shouldn't be talking. You don't even have your full name intact. I don't know if they were rushing out of the hospital when you were born or whatever, but okay, she says, all I hear is derogatory stuff on your channel. Then why do we have so much support from women and men? Tell me. Matter of fact, how about you come up here and you let us know up early in the evening? We all right. Come up here and have a respectful conversation with me, Angelia. She said C because I said it sounds like there's something wrong with her name, even though she came up here and said that I spread hate. So you can say that I spread hate, but I can't tell you that your name seems like the rest of it was cut off. She said, you attack my name, something I have no control over. Okay. You attack my character, something you do have control over. See? See? Angelia, if I called you up here right now, can we both admit that you, just like the many others who don't really grasp a hold to the information, can we agree that you won't even be able to tell us anything that I've ever said that's not true? That's the crazy part about you guys. You guys say he spreads hate. And I've also come to understand that when I'm on men's tops and I'm talking about men being inadequate fathers, things like that, black men taking each other's lives, we never hear you guys saying I'm spreading hate then. As far as you want to acknowledge, those are the times where I'm spreading the gospel, right? Do you see the hypocrisy in your biology? Do you see it? Do this. Tell me if you get a good whiff of it, of the hypocrisy attached to your biology. Right? Do that every once in a while. You show your character every day. Miss Angelia, would you come on up really quick so me and you can have a respectful, friendly discussion? Hopefully you can get to know me better and maybe a better side of me. And hopefully I can get to know you better, a better side of you, right? Or are you just spreading rumors? If you're not spreading rumors, you should be very cool with coming up here and having a respectful dialogue with me. Respectful being the key word. Right? And I'll go ahead and say this. If you won't, what's the purpose of you sharing your opinion? Miss Angelia, do you have a YouTube? I've not found out a way to bring a Facebook person up here yet. Not found a way. I am going to. I want to see if I can do this to get her up here. I know it won't work, but I want to see. I have not found a way. Okay, if you have a YouTube, go to your YouTube page and then type in The Real Stacey Prince. You'll see that I'm live. There will be a red circle around my profile picture. Push the red circle, push my profile picture, and you'll be able to come up. When you come up, give us a thumbs up, let us know what it's you. Because your Angela Dowler might not be your YouTube name. She want to give me a piece of her mind. She said, nigga, I'll come up. And there's a link in the chat. You click that link and it'll bring you right up here. You see that link that I put at the bottom of the chat. All you have to do is click it and it'll bring you right up here. She said, I know some bad stuff you've said and I'll come up here and tell you. Oh, okay. But you know what? I shouldn't have to do all of that. I shouldn't have to do all of that. Let me see. I want to see if I can do this. Can I share this? Let me see. Come on, come on. I'm going to try this. Don't know if it'll work. Okay, now go to Facebook. Okay, right there. Okay. So there's Miss what's her name right there. Where's she at? Where's she at? Okay, I should be able to. Okay, I'm going to put this down here. I don't know if it'll work. Miss Angelia, I put on Facebook a link that you should be able to click on Facebook. Let me know what happens when you click that link. Damn it, I did wrong. Let me get rid of that. I meant to do this. No, I can't do that. Yeah, I've not found a way to bring people on Facebook up yet. But come on up, Miss Angelia. Click this link down here in the bottom of the bio so we can have our discussion. Since you say that I spread hate, I really want to get to the bottom of this. Because how can there be women up here who are regular supporters of the show, right? Show up every night for like the last 3 years, some of them 4 years, and you get hate from me, but they don't get that from me. It's either I'm telling the truth about the things that I say up here, or I'm not. Is the truth hate? Is the truth hate? Can the truth be hate, or is hate hate? Let's talk about it. People like to, when you guys hear, and the average human being does not possess the ability to change once you reach a certain age. And it's the same way with thinking patterns and behavior. It's the same with thinking patterns and behavior. A lot of you who are rooted in a lot of you who are rooted in a lot of you who are rooted in right? You don't want to hear anything that condemns that behavior. So when you hear it, you associate it with hate. You associate it with he thinks this and that, right? He behaves like, no, either it applies to you or it doesn't. And if it does apply to you and it stings, then that means we have accomplished 60% of the battle. We've identified that thing that's holding you back. Now all we have to do is assess. Prince, your character is pretty strong and direct. Some people might get offended. I did a few times, but we are entitled to our opinions. I don't agree with everything, but still I tune in. Here's the thing with that. Ruth, are you listening? Say yes if you're listening, Ruth. Say yes. Tell me yes if you're listening, Ruth. Say yes if you're listening, Ruth. I've heard people say things get deleted on here. I don't know what that's about. Okay, so Ruth, I'm going to hit you with something and you know what it's going to be. Ruth said, Prince, your character is pretty strong and direct. Some people might get offended. I did a few times, but we're all entitled to our opinions. I don't agree with everything, but I still tune in. Now, here's my question to you, Ruth. Wouldn't you say there's probably a problem if you just said to yourself, not you, but any woman said to themselves, I don't agree with the things that he says, right? Imagine, I want all of you to see it for the craziness that is in it. Imagine someone saying, I don't agree with all of the things that Prince said, which I don't suggest you agree with everything that I say, right? But imagine a person saying, I don't agree with a lot of the things that he says. But when you ask them, they can't tell you what he says that's wrong. That's a problem. That's a problem deeper than Stacey Prince. You're not liking something, but you can't tell us why. I don't like liver because I don't like the way it tastes. You can't tell me why you don't agree with a lot of the things that I say. Ruth, so I'm going to ask you, tell us why you don't agree with a lot of the things that I say. I want everybody to watch this. Look, Miss Angelia, she cut on out. She cut out. I did want to see, could I do that? I still want to see if I can do it. Boom. Put that right there. Let's see if we can get this Facebook going, and maybe I can drop this link down there on her. I've tried it before, and I've not been able to successfully do it. Okay, the show is right there. The comments are right there. Pam said, truth is hate to many people. I agree with that. I'm going to try this, and I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to try it. It won't even let me see her. Nope. That's crazy. Let me see this. Let me see this. Nope, it's not going to let me. Hold on. Let me see if I did that wrong. I'm going to try this again. Copy. Is that it? That is it. That is it. I think I really just did this. Listen, to those of you on Facebook, I did just drop a link down there. It says live guest live chat, and I think it worked. So, Miss Angelia, you know what? Miss Angelia, come on up. I just dropped a link on. I don't even see her comments anymore, though. Don't know why. Did she delete them? Did she delete her comments? Okay. That should be it right there. Okay, 18 comments, but where are they at? Angelia. Okay, she's not going to come up. But listen, this is what I'm telling you guys. The people who are easily offended at sound information, they will never prosper. They will never prosper. Because how can you have a thorn in your hand? People are telling you you have a thorn in your hand, but you're saying you don't. That's ignorant. That's going to set infection is going to set in, right? So it's the same with people. Ain't no moderators down there doing that. No moderators down there. Yeah. I don't know. I've heard people say things about stuff getting deleted. I've heard it, but I've never really seen it. But listen, I want to say this to you guys. A lot of the things that you guys complain about, it's because they directly point a finger at something that you're doing or something that you've done. How can you grow like that? How can you grow like that? You guys are sitting inside of bad relationship existences, and before you concede that you could be some of the problem, you'll call someone like Stacey Prince a hater or say that I spread hate. Could it be that you're not functioning correctly in society and therefore the energy that you're pushing out signals to other potential dating candidates that you're complicated? I don't think people understand their energy. We can tell a lot by you, by your facial expression, how you dress, how you move, how you walk, how you talk, right? And a lot of you have these problems that you're not willing to address when other people call you out on it. Even some of your friends have called you out on some of your problems and you don't mess with them anymore. Crazy. Friends that before she called you out on some bull crap, before she told you, sis, you know I love you. Listen, I know you probably don't know, but you know the way you wear your hair, because you're pretty, but it's probably throwing men off because you just need an updated hairstyle. Now you're going back to the other girls gossiping, talking about this girl who you've had nothing but good to say about until she came up and pulled your coattail. Now she ain't shit. Now she's a hater. Lord, I just thank God I was not created with that biology. I thank God that I was not created with that biology. Yeah, the link is on Facebook. It should have popped up. I know it. Okay. The link is right there. Let me see. Yeah, the link is right down there under lowball prices. Lowball says there is no hate. It's all fact. And I dropped a link right below that. You know what? Pin comment. Okay, I think I just pinned it, I think. Let me see. Yes, right below lowball prices comment. There is no hate. It's all facts. It's right below that. See if I can do this one more time. I just dropped another link down in the Facebook. She didn't want to come up anyway. You know, I'm going to say this to you guys. You do a huge disservice to yourself. You do a huge disservice to yourselves when you won't confront certain tough conversations in order to be better. If we're talking about bank robbing and you know that you have robbed banks in your life or you're secretly thinking about doing it again, it'll trigger you. But guess who it won't trigger? It won't trigger law abiding citizens. And that's why they come up with the phrase hit dogs holler. You guys have nothing to say about the compliments and all of the adoration that you get, right? We never heard you guys condemning Babyface, telling you how amazing you were. I'll pay your bills, I'll pay your rent, I'll buy your clothes. You never had any bad thing to say about that. You never had anything bad to say about all of the compliments you received throughout the R&B era. Have you ever noticed that? How many of you guys, when these R&B singers were telling you amazing things about women, how many of you guys ever said, well, we do be giving coochie away too freely? How in the middle of a compliment, how many times have you guys ever did something like that and held yourselves accountable? Well, no, we are, being very promiscuous and putting babies on men. You see, this is what I'm saying. You guys cannot stand accountability. But men, we don't know what a world without accountability looks like. We've never experienced it. The harshness of the world was unveiled to us when we became conscious of our existence. When we became able to communicate, the harshness of life was upon us. When we fall off bicycles, we're told to stop crying, right? We don't get an excuse. When we see that white meat up under our kneecap, we don't get excuses. Our parents tell us, stop crying. You guys, oh, daddy's baby. So you guys are not like us. This thing that causes significant amounts, insurmountable amounts of growth, called accountability and acceptance of bad behavior, our toolbox came custom equipped with that in it. Your guys didn't, which is why we had so much trouble convincing you guys of the thing. No adult should have a problem. No adult should have to be convinced of the wrong that they do, because you don't have to be convinced to go pick up your paycheck. A lot of this stuff is elementary, to be honest. Refresh. Miss, what was her name? She cut up out of here pretending like she wanted to come up. Angelia. Is that her real name? Angelia. Who the hell named her that? Angelia. The hell? But this is what I'm telling you guys. You'll never be suitable. I'm going to say this. I'm not even going to keep you guys. I got to get back to some things to make tonight's show a hit. I'm going to tell you guys this. You will never be suitable for a good man. A good man understands accountability. That's why he's considered a good man. He's not mastered, but he's become more prone to accountability because he had to do that in order to be good at his job, in order to make sure he's the type that's at work on time, in order to make sure he's not the type that calls off on bull crap, in order to make sure he's the type that pays his car note and things like that on time. This is how accountability made him a good man. So when he encounters you, you seem like an alien to him because there's a key component of his life that's missing when he sees you. It's accountability. There's something that is embedded in him that he's sniffing you. He knows something's missing on you. He's sniffing you. He knows something is missing. And it's important. He can't tell what it is right away. But once he starts dealing with you, eureka. She can't be told anything. She's never wrong about anything. Right? You guys don't know that you carry that fragrance with you. There's even a facial expression that most women like this carry. We can identify you guys. Those of you who can't be told anything, those of you who cannot be held accountable for anything, there's a signature look. You guys have a look. You guys have a behavior. There's elements about you guys that let us know not to fool with you for anything serious. Like a woman who kind of has to have the last word and things of that nature. Bang, 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 daddy, bang, 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 daddy, bang. That's it. We just want to stretch you out. We want to see how wide that we can open that thing. That's it. Anything else is a life complication. Could you imagine trying to build something seriously with a person who has to have the last word? Do you know how complex it is to build a legacy? We hear a lot of people talking this legacy talk. We hear a lot of people talking about having things that, you know what, hold on. Ruth, you didn't answer my question. Shout out to Otis. Ruth, you did not answer my question. Name something that I've said that is not true, Ruth. Name something that I've said. Shout out to Mike checking this situation. Name something that I have said that is not true. And if you can't do that, then you know you should have more consideration towards the information. Listen, Miss Pam said people have been conditioned to think any criticism equals hate. Thin-skinned as F. I agree. Those are the people who will not grow. You cannot grow without condemnation and criticism and accountability. You cannot. Without condemnation, criticism, and accountability, you don't even have a reason to grow because you're not doing anything wrong. Right?
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
You won't grow. And we know who you are. Listen, I don't even believe this conversation will do 98% of you any good. You're so stuck in your ways, you cannot grow. You've been trained, like Miss Pim said, you've been trained to be offended at the truth. You will never grow. And wherever your life is right now is likely where it will be. It's likely where it will be. I am ever evolving and ever improving. That's why you won't often hear me losing a debate, because I won't stick with a bad point. If somebody else brings me information, that is better than the information that I'm currently subscribing to, I will immediately abandon my information and pick up the information I just got from them and add it to my repertoire. I will. I don't want to push out bad information, but you won't do that. You'll say you're being attacked. You'll say you're being offended. And therefore, you won't even have a reason to grow. Right. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Women, especially so-called black women, are literally trying to live like a man in all major aspects of life. 100%. And it's crazy to us because guess what? You're becoming broken versions of men. You're literally becoming it. What you resemble is broken wannabe versions of men. Many versions of men. Why do you think that you guys aren't having the dating success that you're having? It's because we have become unattracted to what you turned into. It's not no. You don't even have to think about whether or not that's true. There's men telling you guys that that's our issue that we have with you. What you guys want to do is you want to come to these relationships broken, or you want to be on the dating highway broken, trying to force men to accept you as you are. No, you got to change. In order for you to fill out that application, you should change first. Because if you try to fill out the application in all of your brokenness, we will smell all of the brokenness upon you right in the mid-conversation mark. We'll smell all of the brokenness on you. We'll see your facial expression. We'll see your demeanor. We'll see your hand gestures and hand movement. Right? All of the broken elements and aspects of you. But you won't listen to men tell you where you're lacking at. You have to take offense to it, and you will never, ever, ever change. Therefore, the circumstances that you currently hold, the position you currently hold, it will likely be the position that will be your end. It will likely be your position. That's actually a really good question. I appreciate questions like that. She says, how do we help the black man grow? I am going to savor this. I'm going to savor this. Turbulence, people. You master the art of kissing black men's ass. You learn how to kiss black men's ass. You know what I find crazy? We never forgot how to kiss your asses. We do it even today. And for those of you who think that what I said was out of pocket, look up the dictionary definition for ass kisser. It simply means someone who's doing things to try to get another thing from a person. We still do that to you. We never stopped. We actually enjoy it. We actually enjoy figuring out problems or figuring out the things that we can do to put a smile back on your face when you say you've had a bad week. You guys have become bullies, is what you've become. You can't get along with us until you learn how to kiss our ass. The same way that we kiss your ass. The same way that we pay for the dinners on the first date. The same way that we pretty much humiliate ourselves to strangers. And what I mean when I say humiliate, look at all that we do on the first date. We don't even know you. We start investing in you financially on the first date. But you guys don't care how we feel. She did. She just asked. But my point is this. We don't have to be reprogrammed or reminded on how to treat women to make them feel good because we do it on the first date. We spend our hard-earned money to take you out to a nice restaurant. We open your car door. We open the door to the restaurant. We pull your chair out after we take your coat off, right? Some dummies brought flowers to the date, right? You don't call that ass kissing to be doing all of this for a complete stranger? But guess what? It makes the women feel good. It makes the women feel good. But did you know? Did you know? I'm going to tell you a secret 90% of you women don't know. I'm going to give you a secret that 90% of you women don't know. Did you know that men like to be cared about too? Did you know that men like to be made to feel good too? Did you know that men also like gifts and compliments? Did you know that? We do. We like to be told when we performed really good in the bed. We like to be told, over there smelling all good. It has become a part of ego for you guys to give us a compliment. Nobody finna blow his head up. And that's why there's smaller elements of us that resent you because of what you've turned into. You're not simple anymore. You're not simple to deal with anymore. You're not simple to maintain. Your maintenance is a mother effer. It always requires that we give something, usually in the form of something physical, money or something. But what we require from you, we don't care about your bank account. We don't care about any of that. Just be good to me. Right? Do you ever think about that? Men get treated like shit. No compliments, no gifts, right? And you act funny with your poontang like it's a weapon, a form of leverage that you use to maintain your way. And then when men do something out of line, you lose your minds and act all shocked. Ain't that something? Why did you do it? Why did you do that? You could have just told me and I would have had that sexual thing with you. Because you treat me like shit. That's why I did it. We got one down there. He said, these red pill guys are constantly crying online. Well, hopefully he's a man. I'm sure he's a real man, so I know he'll come up when I drop this link down. That Damon. That doesn't look like Damon. I guess it does. Damon, I just dropped a link down there. Would you mind coming up and expounding and letting us know the things that we're crying about and where we're in error at? I just dropped a link down there. I just dropped a link, Brother Damon. Now, I'm sure you're a man. Your profile picture, you look like a man. Yeah, you look like a man. I can respect that. Men, we stand on business. So I know you won't have a problem coming up and speaking like like a man. I'll drop another link down there. Another one. Another one. Shout out to Biggs in this situation, rocking out with us, tagged up in this situation. Okay. I took care of a woman for 5 years and she was ungrateful. Because they don't get called out on it. They don't get called out on it. And listen, and then when they do get called out on it, you'll see another brother saying, they always expecting this and that out of women. So we're in a bad predicament. Our women, we can't get along with them because they're not as generous as we are. They're not accountable and things like that. And that's what will help them grow. So when we tell them this to help them grow, you have a man somewhere like, get off them women's back. And so it's really a bad situation. Orlando.
What's happening, brother?
Good brother. Tell me how your day is going, man.
Man, it's going pretty solid so far, man. I just take the licks and keep on ticking, you know.
That's what I'm talking
Or
about.
God
That's what I'm
bless.
talking about. You got any
Yes,
thoughts
sir.
on the conversation?
I'm just tuning in. So, what the conversation is about, my brother?
Men, one of the major issues that I believe this thing that makes black men and black women so difficult to get along, I think men. So the woman asked me, she said, what can we do for men and women to get back together? And I say, you have to not learn, but remember how to kiss black men's ass, because we never stop kissing women's ass. We don't even have a problem with it. We don't have a problem with it. We'll buy your gifts. We'll pull your door open. When we go into the restaurant, we'll pull your chair up. We don't even have a problem with kissing women's ass. We do it on the very first date. If you look up kissing ass on the dictionary, it says doing something to get something that you want from someone. We don't have a problem from that.
Right.
But now women,
Right.
on the other hand, they think that men don't have feelings. Men don't like gifts. Men don't like compliments. We like that shit too.
Yes, we do. I think it all begins with the order of God,
I agree.
and once the dismemberment of the order of God is out the way, which it goes from God to Christ, and Christ gives it to man, and man gives it to woman, and woman gives it to the kids. Now, if our women,
Give me a
because I'm
second,
not
bro.
gonna
Give me a
never.
second, really quick. Give me a second. Tagged up.
All right.
And the brother Damon. Come on up, brother Damon. Get out the comments complaining. Come on up. Go ahead, bro.
So I love my black women. I'll never turn my back on a black woman and go to any other race, despite whether good or bad. But this is something that our black women have got to understand. If you're not raised under the understanding that of how to be a wife to a husband, or a man or a woman to a man, it's going to trickle downhill. As the saying goes, shit trickles downhill. It makes it all, you know what I mean? It makes it shit.
100%.
So, with that being said, with this Me Too movement and women, I can do what I want to do, who I want to do, how I want to do, that mindset kills the family, the village, it kills the village that helps the family to raise a child. Um, and if they don't get the understanding of that, then we're gonna keep going through what we're going through. So you got
100%.
to understand the man is the prize. Rather, if that man, see, a lot of women look at it like, well, what can he do for me? He's got to make 100,000 a year. Uh, he's got to make this a year. He's got to do this. You know, if that man can be a provider, protector, and if you follow in the order of God, uh,
You'll
everything else is
you'll make it.
obsolete.
You'll get through this
You'll
thing.
make it. That's right. You'll make it
But
through it.
see,
And that's
our women don't worship God anymore. They worship things, shiny
yeah,
things. You know what I mean? He
yes,
got the see.
yes.
Think about this. What they're saying today, he need to make a certain amount of money. Well, the communities, traditional communities that our grandfathers and our great grandfathers started, things like that, they were better than the community. Well, we don't even have communities today, right?
We don't even
They
have a
were
community. Yeah,
functioning at a way higher level back then, right? It's
yeah,
because they weren't doing this. These were poor
right.
people getting with poor people and starting families, right?
Yeah,
So how
right.
is it that we come from a lineage of poor people getting with poor people and starting families, but all of a sudden today I got to be making $100,000 a year? I'm not a
Yeah,
good man unless I'm making 100,000.
yeah, that's real. Uh, and this coming from a man that had been married for 20 years. I had two kids with my wife. And then when it got to the end, I had a massive heart attack. And then it just came to the point of where, she just couldn't take it no more. And then she didn't care about how it affected the kids. It came to the point it
It's
was
what
just
I'm
about
telling
her.
you, man. It's what I'm telling
Yeah,
you. That's
yeah, yeah,
diabolical.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's just something she don't believe in, wasn't taught, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking my black women. I'm just saying, and I'm speaking on what it's going to take to fix what our problem is. The man is the prize, no matter what.
100%.
No, no matter what. Uh, and a lot of women hate that order.
The reason they
Uh,
hate that order, brother, is there's a massive campaign right now. African American women are in competition with their men. Other women aren't.
mm,
African
right.
American women are in competition with their men. That's why they talk about these jobs and things like the degrees that they have. They're trying to let us know, oh, we're on an equal playing field with you, if not higher. You'll never be.
That's right.
You'll never be
That's right.
because
Well,
our
they
job and
also need
our
to.
hold on, our job and our assignment is completely different than women's. And not only that, our job and our assignment ordained by God is a lot tougher than women's. It just is. So
Yes.
we have to be the
Yes.
superior people. We have to be the
That's
superior
right.
gender because our assignment is heavier. That's why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what a lot of our women, our BLK women, need to look at is there's not another race of men on the planet that want to even deal with you
But
for
listen,
that
when we
mind
say that,
concept that you
when
want.
we tell them that, we don't tell them that because we're glad of that. We tell them that to let them know, listen, your future, you're painting yourself in a corner. That phrase, painting yourself in the corner, is so precise and on spot because it's a real thing. You can realistically paint yourself in a corner to the extent where right now, the moves you're making right now are creating a tough future for yourself. The moves you're making right now, the lack of being accountable right now is presenting a tough future for you. Brother Damon,
Yo, what's up, brother?
tell me how your evening is going.
It would be better. I'm in Jersey, man. We had a big storm, took my power out.
Yes, this is
So we
always
got
a lot
about
of cold weather.
60,000 people without power over here.
Damn,
Wow.
tough. That's tough. So listen, let me ask you something. Do you think that black men should just be quiet about every listen, I want you to pay attention now. Do you think that black men should just be quiet about not what black men see and are complaining about, but what black men and the rest of the world see and are complaining about when it comes to black women? You think we should just be quiet?
I think that men should focus on what men do and not worry about what women are doing. Women's nature is women's nature. They're going to be who they are. But the more time you spend complaining about what women do, takes you away from what your purpose is. You spending hours talking about, oh, she don't buy me a gift. Oh, she ain't doing this. I don't care what a woman does. I'm focused on what I'm doing. And if she can't align with that, then she's not the woman we should be talking about at all.
Okay, hold on, hold
Focus
on.
on
Okay, so let
yourself.
me say
Focus on
this.
yourself.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you believe
Okay.
in God?
I believe there's something bigger than us.
Okay, fine. Fine.
God is in everybody.
That's fine. Do you believe something created us?
I believe that.
Okay. What is a man's job and duty? From whoever our creator is, what does our creator, what was men's assignment?
Well, according to the Bible, the man's job was to work and to create, and the woman's job was to assist the man in his work.
Would it be accurate to say that a man is the governor of the earth?
It could be looked at that way.
Okay, okay. The governors of our homes too, right?
The man's in charge of the home.
Okay, okay. So, according to your theory, when our wife is getting out of pocket, no, fuck you, nigga, and all of that, then we just be quiet.
Oh, but there's the problem. Because a man isn't going to select that type of woman. Either she aligns with his purpose or she gets gone. So a man isn't going to marry a
So,
woman
what do
like
you
that.
think
He's
about
not even going to
Samson?
let her in the gate. He's not
What
going
do
to
you
let her in the
think about
gate.
all of these great biblical figures who were betrayed by women? You think that they
Those
just
are,
said, hold on, you think they just said, I see all of the flaws in her. I see she's the type who will cheat. Let me go marry her. You think that's
oh,
how, you think they knew that these women were like this? Why do you think the
but we
Bible, hold on, hold
listen.
on. The
Okay,
Bible is
okay.
littered with cautionary tales about women. So it's basically letting you know, hey, be careful with her because she has the power to not only deceive you. Listen, women have an AK-47. It is that powerful. When you are born with boobs and of a JJ, you can have a man's mind completely off of the deceit that you're doing in front of him right now.
I
He won't even
disagree.
be, listen, you could be creating an atom bomb to destroy him with right in front of him. But because of these curves and because of that sexy dress that you have on
I
and that
disagree.
amazing
I
perfume,
disagree.
you don't even see that this woman is cooking up a bomb right in front of you. How have so many men, listen, of those tested, of those who did the survey, around 60% of the women who did this test come to find out that 60% of the men who did this test were raising somebody else's child. So you think a
Okay.
man knew that that was going to happen to him?
But I get your point. I get your point. But the issue is if you're a man and you are so easily swayed by boobs in the butt, you're not much of a man. If that can take you off your purpose, off your goal, you're
Okay, but
not
let's
really
get on. Let's
focused
hold
on
on.
what
Let's
you're
get hold
trying
on.
to
Let's get off
do.
of that part. I want you to touch the part where good men are finding out that children that they've raised for 30 years are in fact not theirs. I want you to touch that part.
That's
How
right.
can a man
That's
know
right.
about that? How can I know that my queen, this woman I will give my life for, how can I know she's been blowing the neighbor?
Huh.
You're not gonna know. You're not gonna know. But talking about it for hours and hours isn't gonna change that woman from doing it.
Yes, it will.
It
It
Yes, it
won't.
says if
will.
you train a
Yes, it will.
child
Women are
up,
going to be women regardless.
no,
You
they're
can you
No,
can
not.
tell you
no,
can
No,
they're
they're
not.
listen
not.
listen
No,
listen.
they're not.
You can tell a child, hey, don't play with fire, you'll get burned. They're going to do it anyway
No, they
because of
won't.
curiosity.
No, they won't.
Yes, they
If
will.
After you
Yes, they
correct
no,
them, they
will.
will stop. After you
if that
correct them,
woman
after you correct the child, they will refrain from that thing.
That's not true.
again,
Kid,
it
kid.
falls back on how that woman was raised.
I
If
agree.
she was raised as to be a woman to that
Okay,
man or
okay.
a
Well,
husband to the wife,
let's.
you can't put it. Okay, let's say you got a daughter, brother. Do you teach your
Okay.
daughter to be a whore or do you teach your daughter to
Now,
be a wife?
well, both of my daughters are college grads and married, so
So
I
you
guess I
taught
did a
you
pretty
taught
good
them
job
correct.
with
You
them.
you taught your daughters correctly, right?
Right.
You taught your daughters correctly, right?
Hold
Right.
on, hey, hold on, bro. I gotta. You just passed me the baton. I'm gonna pass it right back to you. So listen, brother Damon,
Yes.
your daughters are college graduates.
College grads and they're married.
Okay, so you had absolutely nothing to do with their successes, right?
That's not true. I had
Okay,
a
that's
lot to
what
do
we're
with it.
telling you.
But my point is this. My point is this.
Hey, listen.
Every
So, are
young
you willing
lady,
to agree? So, are you
listen.
willing to agree
Hold on.
that?
Hold on.
Are you
Hold on.
willing to
Hold on.
agree? Hold on. Are you willing to agree that a lot of your lectures and a lot of your teachings got through to them?
Obviously, yes. But a lot of women don't have that upbringing.
You
A
can't
lot of
say
women
that.
don't have that.
You can't
A
say
lot of
that.
women don't have. Yes, I can.
They
A
can't. They
lot of
don't
women.
have it until someone like one of us pulls them to the side and gives them better
But
information.
listen though, you can't equate that because you're talking about adult women versus young women growing up that's raised a certain way.
The brother
So they're
just
raised
told you
with a
it's
But you
certain
about
just
how
said,
they
but
mindset
were
you just said,
versus
raised.
but you just said before
ver-
we started that we should just let women do what they do. Ain't don't you think that's the problem? That's been going on since 80
That's the
something
problem.
to
but
now.
okay, but here's
To
here's
now.
here's
This
my
has been
point.
going on.
How are you going to sit on a podcast and complain about women and that's going to change them? It's not. Women
Hey,
are going to
listen,
be who
hold
they
on, brother.
are.
Hold on. Give me a second. Let me answer your question. The most money that I have ever received at once, do you know who it came from? On this show? Do you know who it came from?
No, tell me.
A woman. There's
Okay.
Mm.
women down there right now. Listen, I got it on last night's show. A woman said, I appreciate you, Mr. Prince. I have my daughters watching your show now. What are you talking about?
That's good.
This
I,
show
I
is
saw your
4
show.
years. This show
I
is
saw your
listen.
show the other
This show
day.
is 4 years old. This show is four
I saw
years
your
old.
show.
We
I
have
saw your
women.
show.
We have women who have been a part of this show. See, I think you're thinking a certain way, and you don't want to let that thought process go. But it is a man's duty. It is our
Dude.
duty to govern
That's
them
right.
and to pull them to the side and not only let them know when
No,
they are in
no,
the
no,
wrong.
no. It,
Hold
it,
on,
it,
hold
it is
on,
a man.
hold
It is
on,
a
hold
man's
on.
And if the man
duty.
didn't do
Hold
that,
on,
if the
Every
man
brother.
time
didn't
I
do
want to
that,
say
then
Hold
something, I
on,
got
brother.
to
you
Hold
go.
get
on.
what you
I'm
got
coming
now.
right
Go
to you
ahead.
next. I'm coming to you. Then I'm coming to the brother. Listen, not only is it our duty to call them out on their mess, but it is our duty after we call them out to get them on the right train tracks, brother. It is man's
Stop.
obligation to hold this thing down. But according to you, we don't even have no right to say nothing.
I didn't. I said that the focus should be on you as a man. Don't
If the focus
you're
is
too
on
busy
us, how
complaining
can we
about.
tend to them?
Can, hold on. Can I speak? Can I speak?
Go ahead,
Your
brother.
whole focus is boo-hoo, these women need to do this, they need to buy me some gifts, they need to act the way I want them to act. Instead of looking
Wait.
at yourself and say, what type of man do I need to be first?
Let me
Okay,
ask
hold
you
on,
something.
hold on, hold
Let me
on.
ask you
Tagged
something.
up. Tell me how your day is going.
Oh, it's going great. It's going great.
What's your thoughts on the show?
Um, just listening to this guy, I'm just trying to figure out like because I hear you saying that we need to focus on us and let them do what they do, but if we let that happen, then we're just going through the cycle. The same thing has been
Okay,
going on
but
for
Right.
you take the better part of let me
Hold
finish. You take
on.
the better
I
part
let
of the
you talk. Now let him get his
you're
out.
right, right.
you
Go
take
ahead,
the
go ahead,
better
go
part
ahead.
of
I'm
the
listening.
'90s. You take the better part of the '90s. You got Ricky Lake, Oprah. You got TLC. All of this bashing. You letting women do what they do, and it's not accomplishing anything. It's not doing. If we continue to let this happen, there's gonna be a whole bunch of Jada Pickett's and a whole bunch of Will Smiths.
Give me a second, Tag. Listen, I want to say this, and I'm going to give him the mic back because I interrupted him. Listen, I want to say this to you, brother Damon. If what you're saying is true, and if it's the better way than what we're talking about, brother, we've already experimented with the way that you're talking about. They had Ricky Lake. They had Sally Jesse Raphael, right? They had even Phil Donahue was getting on our tops, right? They
Rolo.
have all of these shows, man, that were getting on our tops. So that was that was like 20 years of us not even having a voice. So if what you're saying is true, then all of those 30 years that we didn't have a voice and they were allowed to just move, why did they get worse?
Okay, so here's my other point. If your platform, oh, we're gonna get these women, we're gonna straighten them out. red pill isn't new. Red
Hold
pill
on,
has
bro.
been around for a
Bro.
long time.
Hold on, bro. We need to get this straight now. This is not red pill, and I don't even
Okay,
subscribe
so
to
Yeah.
red pill.
what do you consider yourself?
Lifestyle
Your
and six.
platform.
No,
What
lifestyle
do you
and
say?
six. Hold on, brother. This is
I'm listening.
lifestyle. This is lifestyle, right? This is
Yeah.
Lifestyle.
success. This is relationships. That's all we talk about here. Red pill to me is a bunch of angry men who didn't do
I
well
agree.
with women, and they get
I
up
agree
there
with
and they
that.
bash women. So I don't
I
subscribe
agree
to
with
that.
that. I agree with that. But when I listen to a lot of your comments and a lot of your content, that's what it sounds like to me, that you're just bashing women
Okay.
instead of saying, hey, what you need to do as a man.
Okay, so let's do this. I want to do this really
Okay.
quick. Name me a race of women who are more loud than African American women.
I don't know. I don't
Na-
know.
I'll
Listen,
wait.
okay.
I'm
Name
not
me.
saying
Hold on.
what we.
If
Yeah, but what you
hold on, brother. No,
so you
hold on, brother. Hold on. Name me a race of women who has more children out of wedlock than African American women.
according to statistics, it's black women.
Name me a race of women who have more multiple children by multiple men than African American women.
According to statistics, it's black women. But are they happy by
Hold
themselves?
on, brother. Hold on, brother. So I have a question for
Okay.
you. With you
Okay.
agreeing with all of the things that I just said against black women, are you now participating in hate or are you telling the truth?
I'm reiterating statistics.
Hold on. Is what I just said the truth, brother?
Statistically, probably so.
So how can it be associated with hate if it's true?
I never said you hated anybody. I said you spend a
You
lot of your
said I was up
time.
here. You said I was spreading hate.
I did not say you were spreading hate. Run it back. Run it
Okay,
back.
that
I
must
never said you were spreading
listen.
hate.
Okay,
I never said
so
that.
hold on. What did you say I was doing?
I said you're constantly complaining about what women do instead of
Okay,
focusing on what a man needs to do.
is complaining about. Okay, well, we got shows up here, brother. You're on YouTube right now. This is my home base. There's
I know it is.
There's 800 shows on here. So have you saw
Hey,
the ones?
congratulations.
Hold on. Have you saw the shows titled "Deadbeat Dads" and How to Avoid Worthless Men? Have you saw those?
I've seen those shows, but the
So how?
latest
Come
that I've
on, brother.
seen. Oh, hold on. But the latest, most of your work, most of your content, the majority of your content is just focused on, oh, baby mamas and this black woman and this woman ain't this and this woman ain't that. I mean, it's a lot of brothers out here that ain't legit either, and they
And
want
who? Hold
women
on,
and
hold
they
on.
want this and that.
Who?
You know,
Who are
we
those
have to
men you're
focus
talking
on
about?
what type. We got to focus on what type of men we are, and not
Okay,
focus on the
hold
women.
on. Those men that you're talking about who are subpar men, you agree we have a lot of them in the black community, right?
We have a fair share, yes.
Okay. Who's creating them?
Men and women.
Women are creating them.
Men and women.
Okay, so I have a question for you then.
I'm listening.
You said you have a daughter.
Yes.
Married?
Yes.
She have social media?
Yes.
If I reached out to her right now and propositioned her for an affair, what do you think she would say?
She wouldn't respond.
And there would be no chance that we could have a baby, would there?
Not at all.
So, brother, it's up to the woman.
Woman, it's the woman's choice.
You just
I
told.
didn't
You
say
just told. You
listen,
hold on.
I
Hold
did
on.
not.
No. Hold on.
It's
Hold on.
always the
Hold
woman's
on,
choice,
brother. Hold
though.
on.
It's
You
always the
just
woman's
told
choice.
me. You just told me that your daughter had the ability to smash the whole conversation before a baby ever even came into the picture.
Listen, but I also said it's always a woman's choice what she wants to do, just like it's always a man's choice what he wants to do. And therein lies the problem, because we our lust and our ego, we make these decisions and then we want to blame someone else instead of looking in the mirror what we did.
Okay, watch this. Watch this. Let me say this out loud. Here's the qualms that I have with African American men, okay? I believe that black men should become way more. One thing that pisses me off about black men is we want to go to the NBA. We want to go play. We want to go to the NFL. I believe that we should gravitate to what we know for a fact will work. There's less than a 1% chance we'll go to the NBA. I believe that black men should start pursuing skill sets and trades, right? Another thing, I believe that black men who have children should become more aggressive and adamant about making sure that they are a part of those children's lives. I believe that black men must stop taking each other's lives. Do you agree with all of those, brother?
I agree with those concepts. Yes.
Do you believe that I was just complaining about black men?
No, I think you were expressing what your hopes are for black men.
So why can't I also be expressing what my hopes are for black women when I'm expressing that I want them to stop having babies?
you're
That I
not.
want. See, brother, here's what it is. You want it one way. You want to paint
No,
women
no,
as angels and
no.
victims, but do you know how many of these men
But
are
see,
finding out
that's
children
not
aren't
true.
theirs?
That's not true because
So
you
listen,
have
what's
to
the difference
understand.
between what I just said about
Okay,
men and what I say
okay,
about women?
listen. You have to understand the nature of women, which you talk about, and most men know the nature of women. We know what women can do. You also have to understand the nature of men, what we do. But then you have to look at, as a man, how do you want to carry yourself? Are you responsible for your actions? You always got to blame yourself first. You look in the mirror at you first, and everything goes from there.
Okay, so
If
are
you
you
can't
familiar
take
with the
personal
basketball player
accountability,
Doug Christie? I believe Doug Christie to be
yes.
a good man, but even he found out a kid wasn't his. Even millionaires aren't exempt. They will
But
listen, hold on. They will shred
okay.
a multi. Most women wish to God they could bag a millionaire. Our women, even when they get them, they shred them and discard them. The African American women have no respect for African American men. Listen, let me ask you this. Name me the most desirable group of women, the most undesirable group of women on the entire
Okay.
planet,
All
according
right.
to
I want to
statistics.
step back. I want to step back for a minute.
Hold
You
on, brother.
said that.
Hold on,
Hold on.
brother. Hold on,
I
hold
need
on.
to address. I want
No,
to address something you said.
okay, you
You
can go
got to let me
back to
address what you said.
that, but I need you to answer the question. Name me.
Let me address what you just said, and then I'll answer
No,
your
brother,
second
you can't
question.
do it like
Okay.
that. No, listen. Name me according.
So you can just rattle off your points, and then I
Yes,
can't address
yes.
them.
Name
Oh,
me.
okay. Yeah, it's your show. It's your show.
Right,
Go ahead.
okay, brother. So let me go
What's
if
your
it's my
question? What's
show.
your question? What's your question? What's your question? Go ahead.
Name me the group of women who have been ranked the most undesirable group of women to date on the entire planet. Name them.
Statistically, from what I've seen, it's black women.
Okay, name me the most desirable group of men to date in the world.
I think the research said it was white men.
It's
Oh, listen.
us. It's us.
It's us, man. What
Hey,
are
hey,
you
hey,
talking about, brother?
listen,
Where'd you
listen.
get that
I need
from?
y'all to
Come
calm
on,
down.
man.
I need y'all to put your ego to the side. I'm
Come
just
on,
saying from
man.
various research
Actually,
that I've
it's not.
Hold
It's
up,
seen.
nothing to
man.
do with
I
ego.
gotta
It
say
has
something.
something.
May I
It actually.
please? May I please?
Hold on,
I'm
hold
raising
on,
my
hold on.
hand.
Hey,
Can I please
I
say
got you. Let
something, brother?
Tag. I took the mic from Tagged Up. Let him go first. Tagged Up.
Oh, there's no way. It says it in the numbers that black men are the most desirable race.
Okay,
Desirable. It says it in. I don't know
We
about.
can date
okay.
across any color
I'd have to look at.
range.
I'm not disputing that. I just have to look it up. That's
I
all.
was gonna say because you said white man. A black man could go out to the Caribbeans, go to any country they want. They can go to anywhere they want, and they see like they go to Asia and they see the blacking man walking around. Oh, it's going down.
Listen, we can be poor. We don't have to have any money. Listen, Kim Kardashian and all of the black men they've ever dated, they've always had more money than these men. 10 and 20 times more money than these. But guess who they revert back to? Us. Us. Listen,
Okay,
the
okay.
the the, the, the,
So
the white woman,
statistically,
hold on, the
you're
clothing
probably
line,
correct.
hold on, the clothing line
Okay.
billionaire heiress. She pulled up to the California prison and picked that man up in a Learjet. Brother, we black men are God's greatest creation. We are the apple of his eye. Look all throughout the Bible. Listen, African American, I didn't say African, African American, we are favored. The world knows it. The world knows it. So how is it that we're the same color, but black men have been ranked the most desirable and black women have been ranked the most undesirable? So if you look at it from that context, yeah, we need to be on them. Yes, we need to be focused on them. They're creating the men that you're complaining about. Listen, and since you wanted to go there and say it takes two, let's do it like this where you can't run. 80% of the criminals, the derelicts, and the people who don't do well in life, who were they raised by? Their mother or their father?
Statistically, probably single mothers.
Single mothers. Whose
Yes,
fault is it majority of the time if a woman becomes a single mother?
a lot of women choose to be single mothers.
Okay, now hold on. Now my point is this. If it is up to women, 80% of the time, the children live with women, it's their teachings that they're doing, bro. The teaching. They're on TikTok. They're on TikTok
I'm not
wearing,
disputing that.
hold
I'm not
on.
disputing
They're on
Yeah.
TikTok wearing booty shorts and twerking to where if that boy does this, his nose will be in the crack of his mama's ass. They're on
Okay.
TikTok. Hold on. They're on TikTok, taking their cell phone, pressing go live on TikTok, and taking 3 of their children and letting them go in the bathroom. Okay, you got 60 seconds to say any curse word you've always wanted to say. Brother, it's how they're being raised that is breaking them. Listen,
I'm
but
not
listen,
disagreeing with
when
that.
they're raised with the father, they say being raised by your father alone without the mother is almost as powerful as being raised by a 2-parent household. When they're raised by their father, teen pregnancy goes down and the academics go up, right? But now we have to ask, if that's true, then why don't the men have them? Because our women are using the children as pawns for Section 8, right? For food stamps, for all of the benefits. And if they give us custody, they lose to file the children on their taxes. So don't act like that the women are just doing what they think is the best by keeping the kids. They're
I never
using
said
the
that.
kids as pawns. I know people personally, we don't talk about personal incidences, but I'll just throw this out there. I know people personally who are good dads who will say, hey, I wanna pick baby Sydney up. I'm going to Florida. I want to pick baby Sydney up to take her with us. You better give me $300. Why I got to give you some money to come pick her up? Well, don't come pick her up then. Brother, the black woman is the bulk of the problem. Farrakhan said this. Farrakhan said a nation can rise no higher than its women. So why are black men in the current predicament that we're in? Because we're being raised by broken human beings. Go ahead, Damon.
It is. Go ahead.
Can I
Orlando,
ask
go
Brother
ahead.
Damon? I want to ask Brother Damon this. Brother Damon,
Yes,
were you raised in a 2-parent household?
absolutely.
So, being that you were raised in a 2-parent household, did you not instill that into your daughters?
Absolutely.
So therefore, they know an order.
Absolutely.
They learn an order. See, you steady talking about how we bashing women. We not bashing them.
Okay, but my
They
question to
got
you is
to learn.
this.
They got
Hey, hold on really quick, guys. Hold on really quick. You got it. You got the floor. Hold on. I want to read this. These people pay, so I got to read these. Give me a sec. Hey, don't forget your point, Orlando. Shout
Yes,
out to
sir.
the brother AJ in this situation, rocking with us. My brother said just supporting the show, just checking in for this work. You already know what it is, brother. Mike Powell definitely in the building, rocking out with us with the super chat. Kane's definitely in this situation. You already know for the turbulence. AJ stay rocking out with us. My brother said he can't even regulate his own speech rate. My brother hit us off again. Sounds like a woman calling in to the Kevin Samuel show. All right, go ahead, Orlando. Hey, I appreciate all my supporters. Hold on real quick.
That was
Miss
one of the weakest
LaShonda
comments
said,
ever.
Miss
Go ahead.
LaShonda said, who broke the woman? Miss LaShonda. Her dysfunctional ass mammy.
Yes.
Hey, shout out to AJ. AJ say, the brother was raised by 2 women. Lord have mercy. Go ahead, Orlando.
Okay. So brother, since you was raised in a 2-parent household, that was something that ran down through that let's just say the bloodline of you, and you instilled it into your daughters. Am I correct?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so you didn't raise no whores. You didn't raise no little girls. You didn't raise no titty boppers. You raised women, right?
Correct. Correct.
So that means there's a difference in between all of that. See, and so when they don't got that, which the majority of our black women don't have.
Okay.
He's
See,
making he's
so
making
that
hella
makes
points.
So, but my point is this. So, but you have
let
to
me
keep in
finish,
mind.
brother.
See,
Let me
you
finish,
have to
brother.
keep
I'm
this in
stirring this
mind.
pot for you.
Hey,
We're gonna eat
hold
the
on.
gumbo.
Orlando got the mic. Hold on, brother.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm stirring this gumbo for you. We're gonna all eat a bowl of this. You hear me? Because I want you to understand where we coming from. When it come down to the sick woman, it don't come out like that. And the majority of our sisters are single black mothers. So they got the mind concept, I'm independent. I can do it on my own. I can do this. Can't nobody tell me what to do. I can go where I want, how I want, dress how I want. See what I'm saying? Do your daughters dress? Do your daughters that are married, that graduated college, do they dress provocative?
No,
Why?
they weren't raised that way.
Who raised them?
I did and their mother.
Okay then, who raised you that way?
My parents.
Your parents. See that plural? At the end, the
Yes.
S. Plural. See, so you can't say that we bash it. We talking about these women that's running out here that think that they shit don't stink.
Okay,
They don't
but
think that they can be corrected.
but this is the issue. You're not their dad. You're not going to tell a grown woman, hey, you got to wear this and you got to wear that. Only person you're
You're right.
responsible
I
for in
can't
this
tell.
life
You're
is
right. I
yourself.
can't tell. You're
You
right.
have to
I'm
be
agree
you
with
have
you.
to be the
I'm
man.
agree with you. I can't tell a grown woman, but if I teach her as a young lady before she becomes a grown woman, then she knows how to carry herself. Am I correct?
But
Same
you're
thing
not
with
going to
your
be
daughters.
how are you?
Same
Okay,
thing with your daughters.
explain to me.
Before your daughters became women, you had to show them how to conduct themselves as young ladies. Correct?
Correct, but how are you
Okay.
going
Ain't
to?
no but,
Okay,
brother.
I have a
Ain't
question
no
for you,
but. You see,
Orlando.
you steady trying to put a but on a fact. When it's a
No, no,
fact,
no,
it's a fact.
no.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
a question. I have a question for you. I have a
Okay, come
question
on.
for you. All right. How are you at your age going to teach a 30, a 20, a 25, a 40-year-old woman to change her ways? You're not.
Brother, I just explained it to you. I just explained it to you.
If it's
I
not in
just
a if
explained
it's
it to you.
not in the
You
person,
can't teach no grown woman nothing. She has to learn
so
it as
why
a
complain
young.
about it
Listen,
online?
brother. I let
Why
you speak.
complain about it
Hear me
online?
out, brother. Hear me
Okay, go
out.
ahead. Go ahead.
You can't teach no grown woman nothing. You have to teach her when she's young. If she is not taught as a young child or a young lady, when she get older, she ain't gonna know how to be no woman, brother.
Okay,
Like
but the
that,
women,
and
the women that the women,
that brings you into play on how
the
you raise your kids, your girls.
the
See,
women
you
that
taught
y'all
the
complaining
women
about.
nothing, brother. You steady jumping over what I'm saying. You taught your girls at a young age to
Okay,
conduct
I'm talking.
themselves. Let me finish. You keep cutting
Go ahead.
everybody off, brother.
Go ahead and finish.
Okay,
Go ahead and
so
finish.
let me get this off so you can understand. I told you I'm making gumbo for everybody to eat. You taught your daughters at a young age not to be no hoe, didn't you? Didn't
Yes,
you?
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay then. So what you talking about? If you didn't teach them that, nor were they taught that, when they get older, how they gonna know to be a woman, brother? What are
Okay,
you
but my
talking
Hey,
point is
about?
this.
hold on, Orlando. Hold on. Now, brother, I want you to give us an answer to that. Listen, but because hold
Okay,
on, I want to preface it like this first. You do agree that your whole premise of coming up here was like, why y'all keep on talking about what they doing and complaining? You agree, right? But then you turned around and told us it's the exact thing that you did with your daughters.
my premise is this. that your show, most of your content is about crying and complaining about what women do. We
Okay,
know
hold on.
what
Let me
women's
ask you this.
nature are.
Hold on. Let me ask you this.
I
Why?
can
Why do
never
you
get a
have? Hold
point in
on. Hold
without
on,
you
brother. Hold on.
interrupting.
Why do you? Why do you have to be disrespectful? You've done it several times. Why do you have to be disrespectful and label something crying? Like, because that's what girls do. Does it look like I'm up here crying? Does it look like if what these women listen, brother? I don't. If you've watched this show, you've heard me say this 1,000 times, brother. My life is amazing. I could walk out that. Hey, listen, I could walk out that back door right now, cross one street, and dive in the Pacific Ocean. So I'm good. I have no reason to be crying. My finances are up to par. I live good. So I
And
feel
I'm
like
with
that's
you.
a
I'm
form of
with you. I agree.
disrespect. I feel like that's a
Yeah.
form of disrespect when you push crying over to men because their life doesn't affect me, brother. I'm here to help. I give women information coming from the inside of men. I create a platform where men like tagged up, right? Where men like Orlando can come up here and tell women from their heart what we like. You won't know what pizza to prepare for us until we order it, till we tell you what we want. We got to tell you what we want in order for us to get the pizza that we want, right? And that's why men discuss this. And contrary to what you believe, they come and they listen.
It's an echo chamber for you.
Let
Oh,
me
okay.
ask you
So
something. Let me ask you
hold on,
something.
real
Let me
quick,
ask you something.
I'm coming right to you, tagged up. Let me ask you this, and I want you to answer me. We're not disrespecting anybody or anything. Who you are and what we know kind of to be your beliefs, brother, where'd you get this from?
I believe that as a man, you are responsible for your own actions, and that should be your first point of contention. Always focus on what you need to do instead of what somebody else is doing. So I don't care what the woman does. I need to focus on me first. And if the person aligns with what my direction is, then they come on board. If not, they don't. If you see a single mom and that's not your thing, then you're wasting your time talking about it. If you see a woman that's doing something that doesn't align with your life, you're wasting your time talking about
Brother,
it.
we're talking
Focus on
about it. We're
things
talking
that
about it to make sure that the younger girls don't fall in the tracks of
you
the women who became
but
single
but
mothers.
but that's not up to you.
Brother, there's
Oh my
something wrong
God.
with you. So you're saying
Man, what is wrong
you're,
with
hey, listen, you're saying, hey, listen, you know what the Bible says? The Bible actually says this,
oh, man.
and it says, and younger ladies teach sorry, it says, and older ladies teach the younger ladies. That's letting you know they need taught. How the hell? Listen, this is what the brother Orlando said when he first came up here. He started talking about the raising. You have to be raised right. Now, how do we raise
And
kids? We talk to them. Tagged
okay,
up.
but my point hasn't changed.
I'm gonna let him finish. I'm gonna let him finish.
Well,
I
we
want
know,
to hear
I'm
this.
going to tell you honestly. I know that you're one of those type that you're going to stick to your point regardless, and I'm going to prove it to you. You said you've watched my show before.
I watched your show before.
Okay, now, brother, I just want you to pay attention to me now. I want to show you something about yourself. I've done this several times, and I always get the same results. Out of any of my shows, there's 800 of them something. Out of any of my shorts, name
Congratulations.
something that I have said that is a lie or can be proven wrong.
I don't know what you've lied about.
So how can
Only
you
thing that
form an
only thing
opinion?
only
How
thing I
can you
can
form an
but
opinion?
I've never
How can
called
you
you a
form an
liar.
opinion on
I
how
never
effective my
I never
content
said you were a
is?
liar though. That's not my point.
So
I
hold
didn't
on,
say
hold
you
on, hold on, brother. So if I'm not a liar and you can't see anything that I've taught is wrong, then
I didn't
isn't
say
that
that.
all that matters is that I'm not lying?
No.
Oh my gosh.
You can
Let me
you
ask you
can
something.
you can you can tell the truth and still be misguided.
But if
Brother,
it's the
you just trying to
truth,
be argumentative.
yeah, that's all he's. Hey,
Just
bro,
trying
you
to be
mind camming
argumentative,
up?
man. And it make no
I mean,
sense, man.
it's easy to say that when you don't agree with somebody's point. It's easy to
There's
push me off to the
okay. So
side and
listen,
say,
there's
"Oh, he just want to argue," instead and trying to ignore my point of
hold,
view.
hold on,
It
brother. Let me
really
say this to you. Let me say this to you. There's three men up here who have never been up here before. There's three. I'm sorry. There's two men who have never been up here. There's a total of four people up here. Brother, there are 3 men who disagree with everything you're saying, brother.
And that's okay, but because
No,
there's
it's
probably
not
3 men that
okay.
do agree.
You should at
There's probably
least
3 men
assess
that
whether or
do
not we
agree.
have good points in which to not agree with you. It's like you should care if we disagree with you. My
I
grandmother used to pop us in our lips if we say, I don't care what nobody think about me.
Man,
Listen, I'm telling you right
listen,
now,
listen,
bro.
listen,
You
listen.
listen, hold
Just
on,
like
brother,
you
hold
said, you
on.
got 3 people that
Hold.
disagree.
I had to
There's
mute
probably
you
3
then,
people
brother.
that agree.
Listen, brother, let me say this to you. There's another
Go
thing
ahead.
about there's another thing about my grandmother. When we would be in the outside messing around, if 6 of the grandkids would come in and say, Grandma, Stacy was out there throwing rocks at cars. And I say, no, I wasn't. My grandmother would look at me like I was ignorant and say, so all of them wrong and you right. Brother, you should pay attention when there's a multitude of men who are in direct. Listen, brother, this is
Well, you know
75% of
something.
the men up here disagree with you.
Listen. We're probably around the same age, you and I. So the stuff that you're talking about, I grew up in that same environment. But as you know, society has changed a lot since then.
For the
So the
worse.
women that you're talking about now aren't the women from then.
And
They're
that's the
influencing who talk
problem.
That's
to
the
me very
problem. That's
different.
the
You're
problem.
not
I
gonna.
said that when I first got up here. That's the
Okay, but
problem.
but 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 but
tell him,
listen,
brother.
complaining. But here's my point.
Hey, bro,
Complaining
are
about
you
it,
trolling
And with
me,
us
complaining
man?
not
about
doing
it
nothing,
every
and with us
night
not
isn't
doing
gonna
nothing,
change
with us
it.
not saying nothing, it's just gonna keep going and going and going. 20, 30.
Yeah,
Okay,
What happened
but
Hey,
today?
yeah,
listen,
hold,
you know
that's
what?
right,
everybody,
You know
brother.
what I'm gonna say?
hold
Listen,
on. Listen, hey,
your
brother, I'm gonna
platform
ask
is
you.
one
Hey,
of
hold on, bro.
1,000.
Listen, I'm gonna ask you respectfully. Are you
Go ahead.
trolling me, man? Seriously?
No, not at all.
So these things you're
Not at
saying,
all.
you really believe
Just
this
because
stuff
I
with your
don't
heart?
agree with you, I'm not trolling.
I
Oh
want to say this
God,
to you again, brother. I want to say this to you one more time. Name something that you've heard me say that is a lie
We
or
crossed that bridge
okay,
already.
well,
We played that
hold on,
game
bro,
with
hold
you
on.
already.
So
We
if
played
you're
that
willing
already.
to listen, if you're willing to agree that I'm not saying anything that's not true up here, how does it constitute as hate? How does
I
it
never
constitute?
said you
Listen,
hated
okay, how
anybody.
does it
I never
constitute? Hey,
used that
listen, hold
word.
on. How does it constitute as bashing women if you yourself admit that it's true?
I said your whole platform is complaining about women and how they act.
Okay, the complaints that I have, are they valid?
To you,
Okay, so if it's just to me, name the ones that aren't valid to you.
I don't focus on what women are
Okay,
doing.
bro, you just up here. You're not even really saying anything. You're
I don't
saying my
focus on
points are
what you
only
got to
valid to
focus on
me.
what you're
You're saying
doing.
my points are only valid to me, but when I asked you which ones are wrong, you can't even name it.
you sound like a simp, brother.
See,
You
Hey,
sound
you don't
like a
even know
simp.
hey, hold
what
You
on.
simp
sound
Hey,
like a
is.
everybody,
simp,
hold on.
brother.
Everybody, hold
Come
on.
on, man.
I'm a
Hold on.
simp
Come
Hey,
on,
because
man.
everybody, hold
I have a
on.
different point of view.
Hey,
You don't even
listen,
know what a
I'm
No,
simp
asking you one
is.
more
no, you
time.
don't.
Okay,
You don't even
well,
know what
we'll
a
get you
simp
up
is,
off of
brother.
here.
You don't even know what a simp is.
Where's he at?
We
Brother
don't got to
Mikhail.
we don't got to
Hey,
deteriorate
bro, I
yourself.
asked you for the last time, man. I'm trying to
What's
talk
that?
to somebody else. Mikhail.
Peace, bro. Peace.
Hey, man, tell me how your day is going, man.
Oh, my day is great. All is well.
You
Yeah, I was
already know.
listening in. Yeah, how your brothers doing on here?
Life
I've
is
been tuned
good.
All right, brother. We hanging in there, brother.
most definitely. Now, to that one that's talking, the one that's being argumentative,
The one that has a
he
point of view.
right, yeah, he's being combative, but not sticking with the
I
facts.
agree.
Right.
Like you gotta you gotta blame women
It's a- no, you
for
don't.
things that they yes you listen, sir. You got to understand first and foremost. Let me give y'all a little understanding of me. I'm a student of Elijah Muhammad. Peace be unto him. I don't follow Farrakhan, but I agree with some stuff that Farrakhan say. One, the brother Stacy said something: a man can't rise no higher than his woman, which is true because any man who has a woman has to control his woman in order to protect his woman.
100%.
That you can't get around that. There's no way around that. It give you an example that you said. You said you can't tell a
Hey,
woman
hold on, my
how
brother.
to
Hold on,
dress.
my brother. Hey, brother Mike, man, it's not letting me bring you up because there's a max amount of people, but I'll get you here in a minute.
I was about to say I'll sign out to get him on here. I just want him to answer my question in a second.
Okay, so brother McCall, give me 1 second. Tagged up. Hey, hold on. I think that's brother McCall. I need somebody to mute up. Okay, that was brother McCall. Uh, Orlando is joining. What he drop?
Because this like him saying that all we're doing is crying about it and all of that. I just want to know that what do you say to those 54% of Black America that's single and childless that has to suffer from these circumstances because they want a Black woman and it's not what it's not all what's cracked up to be.
I'm sorry. What's your question again?
Because I hear you saying that I'm constantly hearing that we're crying and complaining and all of that. What does that say to 54% of Black America that's single and childless? Black men that are single and childless that live up to those standards, but still get done dirty by the Black woman. Why is Will Smith
Well,
going through what
well,
he's going through?
the black men
Hold
that
on. Hey,
are
hold on. I
single and
want you to know.
childless.
Hold on. I want you to know the end of what he said. The end of what he said. He said, "Why is Will Smith going through what he?"
Why is Will Smith going through what he's going through? Jada Pickett's been in love with Tupac and he's been dead for like 20 some years, 20, 30
Okay.
years. And
All right.
he's still in competition with this man?
So that's Hollywood. So we're gonna deal with the other
Hollywood,
point.
that's
You said
life.
Okay, well, Maisha Curry ain't Hollywood. This
okay.
woman basically telling
So what?
people
So
she wants somebody other than her man. She said, "I want attention from
so as
men."
far as the black men that are single and childless, they have other options
54%.
besides black women. But the thing isn't about black women. It's about you as a man. It's about what you decide for your life and whatever
African
woman you
American women
want that fits
have
your life.
destroyed our communities, brother. And my community is my business. Now, listen. Here's what I do wish.
I'm not.
Hold on,
I
hold on.
Go
I
ahead. Go
do
ahead.
wish
Go
this.
ahead.
I do wish this. I wish the damage and destruction that we see them doing. Listen, let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you this because I'm going to name it if you can. I want you to name the top 4 things that African American women are responsible for that is decimating the black community. Give me 4 things.
I guess you would say single motherhood would probably be the biggest issue that is publicized.
What else?
Um,
That's one.
Another major issue would probably be the amount of debt that black women carry. Um, I mean, I'd have to do a little more research, but
Okay, well
those
let's
two
let's let's
come to
there's no
mind.
need for no research. Let's do it like this. The kids, like the guy who took Nipsey Hussle's life in broad daylight. Have you ever thought about what it takes for a person to say, I don't even care if I go to prison and get life. I'm finna do this. We know that that's an illness. That's a mental illness, right? So we know he was raised by a single parent mom. Do you know how low the odds are that he was raised by a 2-parent household? So that's one. But now let's go over here, having the children. But let's go over here. The multiple children by multiple men. That's where the gangbangers are coming from.
Look what happened with King Von. They called him a serial. He was
Okay.
a
And
probable serial
on.
killer.
And his mom knew about it and even brags about her son.
And and if you see what his mom was like, she was up here trying to pass it off to the homies and all of that.
Okay, now
Wow.
hold on. African American women are having these broken children who are coming out and eating away at their own community from the insides, right? African American women have 70% of them have multiple children by multiple different men, right? African American women, a large number of them
Oh,
can't be trusted. A large number of them, a man has been thinking that this has been his child for 30 years. Listen, do you know this? I didn't know this. Do you know, what's his name? Not Jerry Springer. What is it? Do you know that the Maury Povich was real? Did you know that? Those people that was running off the stage like, I can't believe he's not the father. That stuff with the stats was real. Brother, that's an epidemic. Listen, and let's throw the hold on. Let's throw the cherry on the icing, on the cake. Black women are the reason right now that we're probably about to go into a race war. Do you know how many people, like even even Elon Musk is using the bad videos and clips and messed up stuff that African American women are doing and telling white men to stand up, telling white men about the black community? Do you know all of the content that is all over social media with black women going to get manicure and pedicure and getting up and running out of the place? Do you know about how many of them are going to these spas and these telephone repair places? And soon as the people give them their services, they take off running. They're dining and dashing. Listen, they are about to be the reason that society's going to do it in a way to where it's not discrimination, but they are about to implement a door lock policy on us. Listen, some restaurants have already been reported because of what black women have been doing. They're asking people to pay for their meals up front. Brother, you think that's not none of our damn business? I wish you could act a damn fool. I wish you could act a damn fool and it not affect the black community. Because I'd sit back and watch you without saying nothing. But you are affecting us. Who are our good sons that we raise good? Who the hell are they going to marry? They're going to have to marry out of their race because these women are raising bop chicks. Go ahead.
Okay, but
I'm coming to you, bro.
Complaining about something isn't going to change it. You have to change yourself. You have to focus on you.
Okay, so what about the men who have hold on. What about the men who have already changed themselves? Do they have the right to? And you, brother, the problem that you have, and I think I'm gonna be honest.
But the men that have changed
themselves
bro. Aren't the ones.
I think this is a very feminine trait. This is a very feminine trait that you carry, and I think you're trying to be funny.
Go ahead with it. Go ahead with it, Stacy. Go ahead with it, Stacy.
If you stop talking, I will.
Go ahead with it.
I think it is I've already told you that I believe it's disrespectful. I think it's a very feminine trait for you to continue to tell us about this crying that we're doing, right? About this. If you tell me something that we've said that's wrong, that's a different story, right? But it's pretty sassy, bro, when you try to put it like y'all up here complaining.
Here we go. You sound a little suspect. I'm sassy.
Bro, you're not listening. I'm telling you how you sound. Respectfully, I'm telling you how you sound.
You're funny.
So how come? Hey, listen. How come you can't do this? How come you can't say this? This stuff that you guys are saying, or your guy. Why does it have to be you telling us we're complaining and that we're crying? It's disrespectful.
Because you're complaining about something that you're not going to change. When you should be focused
I'm already doing my part to change it. I'm already doing my part to change it. Hold on, watch this.
By complaining, by constantly bashing black women every night.
You're right. So listen, let's do it like this. I have a question for you. I got a question for you. Tell me how you're making a bigger impact on the community than me. Let's do it like that.
I focus on myself.
So are you making it? Hold on. So are you making what is your contribution to the black community? How are you impacting the black community?
By being a positive citizen, not breaking
Brother,
the law.
I'm asking something tangible, something real, physical. What do you do?
That's what I'm doing. I'm not breaking the law.
So I'm not breaking the law either. Listen, I'm not breaking the law either. I'm not breaking the law either. I'm being an example. Hold on. I'm being an example too.
Go ahead.
Listen, I'm doing everything that you're doing, but I'm reaching multiples of millions of people per month.
Yes, sir.
Because you have a podcast, you have a platform.
Okay, so how can you condemn me when you ain't doing shit for the black community?
Hey, but you're not doing anything either but bringing it down.
So why are these women in my
No.
DMs telling me that they thank me for the show and leaving $1,000?
Because that's their option to do that.
Listen, one woman said this. One woman said, ever since I started watching your show, my husband sees a difference in me. No one ever told me these things. I have my daughters watching your show at the age of 10.
Well, congratulations. That's great.
Okay, and if I get one, if I can just get one, brother, I'm doing more than you.
Well, I'm not in competition with you though.
So don't complain about somebody who is doing something.
But I'm just saying, but if your whole platform is complaining about what women are doing, it's a waste of time.
It's not
How's it
complaining.
complaining?
You're the one calling it
You're supposed
complaining.
to chat.
You call it complaining. We call it teaching.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm complaining
None
about.
of you
Hey,
are
hold on. Tagged
no,
up. Hold on.
you're
I
not even
interrupted. Tagged
qualified
up.
to teach. You got to
Hey, hold
focus
on.
on yourself.
It's cool. Go on and cook. It's all good.
All I'm saying is this. I got a complaint about our black women being the highest rate of abortion. That's a complaint that I got the right to complain about.
Hey, listen,
Now,
hold
you
on.
sitting here talking
You
about I
got
ain't
the
got no
mic.
right.
You got the mic. Listen, when he's talking
I'll go
about
after
these
you.
abortions, hold on. When he's talking about these abortions, since 1974, African American women have aborted 19 and a half
19
million
million.
children.
19 million. That ain't a complaint.
Listen, right
that-
now, there's 46 million of us. Do you know that there could be 66 million of us if they hadn't had the steering wheel? Go ahead, Orlando. Good point.
Now, my thing is, you sitting there talking about we bashing and we complaining about women. That's a complaint to complain about. They killing our babies.
They're killing
And you
our
gonna sit up
Elon
here and tell,
Musk.
you
They're
gonna sit up
killing
here on
our Bill
Stacey.
Okay.
Gates.
You gonna sit up here on
Okay.
Stacey
It's
Prince's show. You
it's
hold on, brother. You gonna sit up here
go
on
ahead. Go
Stacey
ahead.
Prince's show and call us complainers. Well, that's a complaint that you can't argue against, and it's a fact.
Hey,
So
listen,
stand
let
on
me
what
ask
you
you
Let me
think.
this.
speak.
Let me
Let me
ask you
speak.
this. Hold
Let
on.
me
Let me
speak.
ask you this. It's
Let
going
me
towards
speak
his
on it.
question. Listen, hold on. I want you to answer this. With what he just said, do you believe that 19 million abortions is something that should be spoke on?
It can be addressed, but it's not gonna get changed. It's
Should
No,
it
already
this
be?
is
done.
Hold on, hold on.
And it's
Should
not.
I
And
didn't ask you
abortion
that,
isn't
brother?
gonna stop.
I'm asking
Abortion
you
isn't going to
I'm
stop.
asking you a simple question. Should something that catastrophic be spoke on?
It should be discussed. But
bull.
in the same breath, what also has to be discussed is how these women got pregnant in the first place.
All right,
Because they
A
allowed.
man
Because
got them
they
brother Mike.
pregnant.
allowed.
A man got
y'all,
them pregnant.
Hey, hold
A
on.
man got them pregnant.
Brother Mike.
Because they allowed. They allowed a man to get them pregnant.
That's right, brother. That's right, brother.
Hey, we can't
So
hear you,
so
That's
brother
right.
so
Mike.
so so hold on,
Hold
hold on,
on,
hold on, hold on. Let
brother
me address
Mike.
that. Let me address that.
Oh,
Let
hold
me
on,
address
man.
that.
I don't like raising
Some of
my
those
voice. Hey,
some of those
stop him.
pregnancies come from incest, rape.
Comes from that.
Yeah,
Brother
Yeah.
right
Mike,
there. There you go.
can't hear you. You got to unmute yourself.
Oh no, it's on y'all. It's on y'all.
I can hear. I think you're. No, you're not unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Hey, bro, I need you to show some respect, man. When I ask you to chill out, man.
What are you talking about?
I shouldn't be having to
That's
raise
it.
my voice. The brother that was up here, I shouldn't be having to raise my voice.
So shouldn't.
Well,
So, but
listen.
Hey,
we're not.
brother
We're
When I
not
Mike, I
try
yet.
to
don't
say
understand.
something, every
Hold
time
on.
I try to say something, you cut me off.
But see, bro, you doing it right now, and I'm trying to talk to somebody.
Go ahead, Stacey.
Hey, brother Mike, I think you got to press your mute button, man, because you're still muted. It looked like a microphone with a line through it. All right, we can't do this. Let's go. Go ahead. Hold on. Let me read these super chats off. Hold on. Okay, shout out to my bro Mike checking this situation. My brother said, He listens to respond, not understand.
That's a parent.
Shout out to AJ over here rocking out. Receives valid logic, but okay. But my brother AJ setting it off for us again. But that's not up to you. Oh, what the heck? Dang it. Okay. Shout out to my brother
Blackdemographics.com.
AJ
That's where
again.
that's where I go. Blackdemographics.com.
If you have to get, hey, listen,
Blackdemographics.com.
you see what he say? If you have to get muted, reevaluate your behavior. Listen, when my people, hey, listen, having to be muted at 50 should be embarrassing.
Yes, sir.
He's the male version of the worst female caller we ever had.
I mean, you can say whatever you want
He
because I
doing
don't
it.
agree.
He doing it.
Say whatever you want
There
because I
you
don't
go.
agree.
You a simp, brother.
Hey, you heard what my bro said.
What we've got here is
Y'all don't even know what a
failure
simp
to
is.
communicate.
Look in the mirror.
You.
I'm not a simp.
You
I'm
are,
not a.
brother.
Uh,
You are
do
a
you know what?
simp.
Do
You
you
are
know
the
what?
weakness behind.
But you
Listen,
know, just
you
let
the
me
Hey,
finish.
hold
weakness.
on. Let's keep
You
it
are part of
respectful.
the
Hey, let's
weakness.
keep it respectful. Hold
Nothing
on. Hold on.
personal.
Hey,
Cause you don't
everybody
know
keep
me.
it.
I don't know
Hey, bro,
you.
you got to
All
stop
right. So
talking when I'm
we're
talking.
not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Yeah, we gonna do that.
Hey, hold
We
on. Hold
gonna
on.
do
Hold
that.
on. Hey, bro,
No,
listen.
we're not. We're
I've
not gonna
already
do
made
Yeah,
that.
it
we
clear
don't.
to you. We'll do this like this.
Here we go again.
Hey, bro, I don't really play that being talked over stuff. I've never yelled like this on my platform in 4 years. When I ask you to stop, bro, stop. Be respectful. What's going on, Mike? Bro, I don't know what you got going on, but we can't hear you, man. Guest has muted himself. Hey, if there's anybody else down in the chats that want to come up, I'm dropping a link right now. Go ahead.
You're gonna get 1,000,000 views off this one, probably.
I agree, brother.
All right, go ahead. Somebody, go ahead, pick up.
So yeah, I'm waiting for somebody, anybody. So,
Hey, man,
'cause
Mike, I can't keep doing it, bro. I can't do it. You got an Obama, I got an Obama situation going on over there or something. Damon,
Yo,
go ahead. What you had to say?
I'm just. My
Let's
point
do it
is.
like this. Give me a
Oh
percentage.
gosh.
Listen, just give me a percentage.
Can I
I'm gonna
talk?
let you have the mic, but I want us all to get some understanding. What
Okay.
percentage of the collapse of the black community would you put on the women, and what percentage would you put on the men? Let's just get a clear gist of where you
I I
stand.
I I couldn't place a percentage at all right now.
I don't think you understand either.
Baby, dude, you in your feelings right now. I need you to calm
Oh,
down.
far from it, brother. I'm stating facts. Like I said to you, you acting like we ain't got nothing to discuss in our black communities about this 19 million abortions. You ain't speaking on that. And don't go to
Okay,
talk
but
about, well, it's the
like I
man's
said,
fault. No, and before that man can enter his penis into that woman, what did that woman had to do for that to
okay,
happen?
but listen, I addressed that point.
Ain't
I
no
said
okay, brother. Answer what I'm asking you.
I'm trying to answer the
I'm
question.
okay. Well, answer it. What did that
Okay,
woman have to do in order for that penis to get in her? I'm gonna
out of
repeat
those
my
nine
question again.
out of those 19 million, you don't know what
You're not
percentage of
answering
those
my
were
question.
incest or
I'm
rape.
asking.
I'm
I'm
telling you.
asking, brother.
Hold on,
I'm
hold
gonna
on.
talk
Hey,
calm.
Orlando, hold on. Let Damon go ahead and go. I want to hear this.
I said out of the 19 million, you don't know what percentage of that 19 million was incest or rape.
Yes, we
So
do
you
too.
can't
It's
say all
hold
18
on.
million women
You
are
Well,
don't
accurate.
know.
do
You
you
might
know?
not know. It's less than 1%, brother.
Yep.
Okay, so that's still a sizable amount of people.
Oh my God. No, it's
1%?
not.
Boy,
1%?
One
It's
percent is
not
still a
even
sizable
1%.
amount.
It's less than
And where do
1%.
you? I'll have to look that up, but it's still a sizable amount of women that you
Oh my
can't
God.
discount.
blackdemographics.com. Look it
That's
up
where I
right now.
that's where I go.
Okay. I mean, we can do stats all day long, but
It's a
I'm
if you're
fact.
still gonna,
Stats is a
if
fact.
every night is complaining about women,
Oh
then
my
you're
God.
going to get nowhere.
Hey,
let me
So
ask
so
you
I
could
let
went
me
it
to
ask
could it just
let me
be could it just be that you keep on labeling? Okay, so we have shows that are 3 and 4 hours long. That's not
Yes, you
complaining.
do.
That's teaching, right?
I want to
So,
ask
and,
That's
and
you.
I
not.
want to
That's
know
not
why
complaining.
this. Why do you insist on labeling it as complaining? I don't know why.
Be- Because that's exactly what it is. When you're complaining about something that you're not going to be able to change, you have to focus on yourself.
Go ahead,
And you're
bro.
not focusing on yourself. You're focusing on, oh, she didn't take me out. She
It's
won't pay the
my
bill. She won't do
community.
this.
It's my community.
It's your echo chamber. I agree.
Can I ask you something?
I'm talking about the black community. It is my
It-
concern.
it-
I am in love with being black. I love how we move.
well,
But
if
I'm
you
not
love
going
come
to
being
on.
sit
black,
by
then
and
why
watch
bash
somebody.
black
Hold on,
women?
brother.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not going to sit by. Okay, so let me ask you this. How would you
Go
label
ahead.
Martin Luther King and Malcolm X? Were they complainers?
They were people of action.
So
Can
what
I
do you
ask you
call
something?
what do you call Farrakhan? Complainer?
He's a person of action.
Does he also does he does he also speak up on the negative aspects of the black community?
But he
Yes.
also takes action. He doesn't complain about it
Listen,
every
brother, I'm
day
asking you, is
online.
he complaining, man? Do you know what a
And I'm
complaint
telling you,
is? Listen, bro,
a
did you know
complaint
you can get, do
is
you
go
know
ahead.
that a complaint can be put on you at work? Did you know that? Did you know that?
Yes.
The dictionary definition of complaining, the expression of dissatisfaction or annoyance about something. We teach, brother.
Right.
We listen,
And that's
we
what you're
teach
doing.
women. Listen, hold on. We teach young girls how to not become. Listen, we even give links to where they can get help from these things, right? See, you desire to use the word complaining. You desire to, but we teach over here. I don't know anybody who could complain for 3 and 4 hours at a time for 4 years, brother. Do you think that's even possible? Wouldn't you run out of
Yes. And
complaints?
what your podcast, that's what you've done. It's
Oh
it's just
boy.
the same
Go
recycled
ahead, bro.
points over and over again.
All right.
It's the same recycled
Let
complaints over and over.
Go ahead, bro.
all right. Let me
I'm gonna
say
just
something.
start muting people.
He said, "You say keep saying complaining and complaining." I see here be my response to this. Let's say that we are complaining. So what? Because if we don't address it, nothing's going to happen. If you sit, if people get complaints at their job, like he said, if you don't do nothing to fix that complaint, you might lose your job.
Yep.
So let's say we are complaining. So what? Because we live this life. We live in this. I'm trying not to cuss. We live in an environment where it's unfair. If we don't complain about our women, then they're gonna be the same. You're gonna end up having a whole bunch of sexy reds and Meg Thee Stallions and Cardi B's that and I'll ask you this to respond. Do you think those people are role models to our black girls that are gonna grow up into black women? If we don't complain about it, that's all we gonna have. So let's say we are complaining. So what? We built the world. Why shouldn't we complain about what's going on in it?
Especially our black women. Our black
And
women accept our black women of our communities. Our black women of our communities are number one to accept
Hold on, Damon.
LGBT.
Hey,
Listen to me,
I
brother.
gotta mute you, Damon. You got a feedback in the back of your phone. So I'm
Our,
gonna
our,
after he's not you after Orlando's done, I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you, Damon.
our black women. Okay, I'm gonna state two complaints. Our black women are number one in our community to accept LGBTQPNOism.
Facts.
All black women in our community are number one on abortion rate. All black women are number one in single motherhood. Now, those are three things that I'm gonna complain about. Those
Yeah,
things make our community of women look weak, look vulnerable,
Now they
and they
flying.
accept
Now they
anything.
flying over to Saudi Arabia, letting people dookie on them for
Yeah,
$40,000.
Dubai. They going to Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai.
Yeah, come on, man.
We ain't supposed to
Those
say
are
nothing about
complaints.
that.
and if
Hey,
those are
AJ,
complaints,
Damon, you
so
got
what?
something going on with your phone.
And if those are
Yeah, hold on,
complaints,
hold on
so
1
what?
second. Let me see if I can
I'm
fix
gonna
that.
drop you and bring you back up.
Because if those are complaints, then so what?
Yeah, we
So
said
what? Tell
complaints
them,
are
brother.
valid. Complaints are a good thing.
Because if we don't complain about it, y'all gonna think that it's all good.
Yeah.
Everything is ice cream.
with your phone. What the hell?
He
And
got it on speakerphone.
don't you think that it's kind of disappointing that that still to this day we still have to complain about this type of stuff?
Exactly.
That shows that that's the problem right there. If we
I
still,
agree.
yeah, it's 2026. If we still got to complain about the stuff we was complaining about in 1997, then that's a
There's
problem.
a problem. Brother Mike.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, tell me how your day
Finally,
is going, man.
It's all right, man. It was hell trying to get up here. I was on my laptop trying to get that joint working, but it just wasn't working.
Okay, you been
I'm glad to let. I appreciate you for letting me back up, man.
all love, man. All love. You been following the show?
Yes, absolutely.
What's your thoughts on it? Hey, hold on.
Um,
Hold on. Let me see something. That is Damon, I think. Hey, Damon, I'm gonna have to mute you until it's your turn to speak, and then I'm gonna let you up.
All right.
Yeah, Damon got that feedback. All right, go ahead, brother Mike.
yeah. So I'm not exactly sure the name of the brother that's been talking.
His
I
name is
want to.
Damon.
Okay, so I gotta look. I just want to be honest and transparent. I agree with so much of what you say. I support your show 1,000%, man. You spit a lot of the gospel. I
Appreciate it.
also got to say that I'm up here tonight to play devil's advocate,
That's what I'm talking about.
right? I got a little bit of smoke for the fellas up here,
I like that.
and I want to be logical with what I say, and I want to understand that this is an opportunity for somebody to learn something. Most likely it'll be me, but I'm willing to learn something. I'd rather get it right than be right. Okay.
Likewise.
All right. So here's the thing. I'm hearing what the problems are, and I say a lot of the same things that you say, brother Stacy, in regards to the women and how things are going.
Right.
It's definitely not a good look out here. I want to say that to the people who don't seem to understand, I'm gonna start off with this. For the people who don't seem to understand what you say and where you stand and why you stand where you stand, I think there's a surplus of fellas out here who want to see the community come back together again, right? And they know that the only way that that's going to happen is if we get our women to follow in line as well. It doesn't matter if just all the men line up and do what we're supposed to do. If the women don't follow behind us, we're going to lose by default anyway. So I understand. So I understand exactly why you say what you say and the men say what they say. I don't see it as complaining. I think as we've gotten older, we tend to care about our community. We become more mature. We care about the next generation. We want to see better for them. So I understand and agree 1,000% when you say what you say and the things that you say. I got a lot of clips of you that I talked to my lady. I showed my lady about. So I got a lot of love and respect for you, brother. I want you to keep doing what you're doing. We need your voice out here.
Likewise.
Now that I gave my flowers, here come the smoke. All right. So we always, in my opinion, we always over reiterate. We always over reiterate the problems. I don't feel like we talk enough about the root cause. Right now, what I'm gonna say to that is, I believe the black man has let the black community down first. Now, please let me finish. Right. I believe so much of what we see from our women today women have decided that what they saw from us over the last 30 to 40 years has made them feel like if they can do it, we can do it. Now, what the things that I can describe to you are things like how the relationship status in regards to sexual interactions. When we decided it wasn't about love no more, we just wanted to get our thing done and we wanted to get our fix. And it wasn't so important for us to be loving on our women. Eventually, they started to feel like, well, we could do the same thing too. When we stopped dressing in suits and being more put together for every occasion in regards to shoes and just the classy dressing that we used to have, and we don't have that anymore. I see women wearing more jeans and sneakers. Right? When we start talking about the hip hop situation, when we started talking about being able to disrespect our women, and we started talking about how we can smash and how we can do all it, sell drugs and kill our brothers, and you start seeing more and more of the women doing the same things that we are doing. So all I'm really saying is, at the end of the day, the root cause, really, in my opinion, starts with us. Now, and I look at it like a race. We started the race. They grabbed the baton and took it even further. And at this point, they are running that joint into the ground now, right? And so I'm gonna say this and kind of like at this point, I'm gonna stop, let you guys process and say whatever you got to say. I'm gonna leave it with this question and just sit back and watch. And we can have the discussion. Give me some things that you don't like about a black woman, right? Tell me some things that you don't like about a black woman that doesn't stem closely from the absence or the bad behavior of a black man.
Okay, so I want you to tell us how the black man and the black woman got separated in the first part.
So it's clearly it's not one thing.
Oh, it
I
is.
want to say
It started out.
no.
One thing, hey, one thing started.
Can I ask you a
Hold
question?
on. Okay, so I got a little bit.
Hold
I got a little
on,
bit
bro.
more
I'm coming to
history.
you.
I got a little bit more history. So to me, it's not one thing,
Well,
right?
listen, hold on. Oh, no, you're missing it. I know that it's multi-tiered. I know what they are, right? I'm asking you, what initially separated us? Nobody want to talk about this.
You want to?
The
I know where you
oppressor.
want to go with this. I don't think
The
it's just that though.
oppressor.
So I'm gonna answer your question. I think I think we both understand that the
How
welfare
did
movement.
African American women get separated from us, man?
I guess you want to say the welfare movement
Oh
and
That's
no!
right.
accepting.
Listen, hold on. The welfare thing was just another kick in the balls. That's what that
Yeah.
was.
Oh,
It was a
okay,
good. Hey, it was a hell of a kick.
okay.
Well,
So
let's
was
talk.
it? Is it? Is it?
Let's talk about the start. Let's talk about the inception of the feminism movement.
I kind of okay. That was my next one.
They left us. Literally, they say it to this day. I don't need no man. They haven't even stopped saying it. Do you hear black men run around saying that shit?
No, sir.
It's not in our nature to say it. You know why? Because men are good effing human beings. Listen, we pledge to we come in last in all of this. We supposed to pledge to be willing to die for the woman. But check this out. How many, never mind, I ain't gonna even do it. Men don't typically like to have women who have other men's children. But we do it. It's because our heart is different from their hearts, right? Not only do we take them in with their children, we pledge to be willing to die for them and children that are not ours. Men are good damn people. Now, point is this. African American women were convinced in the late 1960s to join white women for more numbers. White women needed more numbers. They were convinced to join the feminism movement, separate from their men. White women wanted perks that didn't even affect black women. Black men and black women were married at an 80% rate. We were already doing well. But our women were like today, like we see them doing today. They easily get recruited to do something that black men are saying the wrong thing to do, even with Kamala Harris and all of that stuff, right? But let's go a step further. They volunteered and left us. And here's what the United States government saw. These new single women. When they created Section 8 and things like that, they flocked to it. Because guess what? I always thought so-and-so was fine. When they found out they can get busted down in the privacy on their own homes, it was like adult Disneyland. Where you think all of these children came from? It was like a boom of children. It's because think about our grannies. Our granny was around our grandpa, like they was like arms so glued together until he got to go to work. He know what time, where his woman gonna be. He could be at work, and if it's 10 o'clock, he know pretty much if she in that kitchen eating one of her old English muffins. He knew everything about her. It made it difficult to be out there getting busted down. You take a woman like that who has been restrained from that long, and you give her her own damn apartment. Everybody who she ever thought was cute gonna get that poontang. They gonna get it. You know how we know that that's what happened? That's where all of the bastard kids came from. So my question to you is, how can you blame the black man for not leading someone who refuses to be left, and not only that, got rid of her own men and married the American government? Listen, listen, you want to know who somebody belongs to? Find out who shelters them. Find out who protects him. I wish you would, your black ass be in jail. Find out who feeds them. Food stamps. That is African American women's man.
So all right. So what you said, all valid points. I can't even really push back on any of that. I will ask you though. I mean, and this is your show, so you don't got to answer nothing I ask you. But I did ask you. Tell me something that you don't like about black women that does not stem closely from the absence of a black man or the bad behavior of a black man.
No, but the absence was caused by them.
Well, no,
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't get
He
away
answered
from
the
that.
question. He answered that.
Hey, listen, I'll
Yeah.
go so far as to say this. I agree with everything that you said. People know that this is a trademark of mine. I tell women this. Name me something that women currently complain about today that would not be made better if a man was in her life. And they can never name anything. Yes, it is crucial. Their lives are exponentially better when they're with men. But you separated from your men.
Yeah, I can't argue with that, brother.
You kind of took the words out of my mouth because I was going to ask you, do you remember back in 65, what those terms were for welfare and Section 8 for women to get that? You remember what the terms were?
I mean, I remember all of them, but I know it had to be that no man could be in the home.
No, what kind of man?
No black.
Because white women weren't getting that. White women weren't
Huh?
getting Section 8 and welfare.
We talking about black women. We talking about black women. So what kind of man? The black man? Okay. So that eliminates that. That lets you know why it turned out how it did. See, this what I'm saying, brother.
I think I messed up.
It takes a village to raise a family. If they are not taught as young girls, they do not know how to be no woman when it's time to be a woman.
Listen, and a boy will never know how to be a boy without his tutor. The tutor is the dad. But y'all running around here having babies, talking about, I don't need no man.
No man.
Absolutely.
Hey, let me check out Damon. Damon. Brother Damon.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, listen, I want to show you something.
Go ahead.
I want you to observe how Brother Mike came up here, and he said, I got the smoke for y'all. But do you understand that when that man hears logic, he's willing to say, okay, that's a new point for me to think about. Brother, you just hell-bent on not agreeing.
I mean, I heard what he had to say, and I agree with a lot of his points. There's one point I don't really think that you addressed.
Hey, bro, something's wrong with your phone. Hey, are you in a bad area?
Yeah. No, let me hang up and call back.
All right.
If you think about it, I'm gonna just say this point because I'm gonna be getting off real soon, brother.
Give me a second. Let me read this real quick.
Do you think?
Okay, give me a second. I'm reading this off.
Do your thing.
Yeah, it's still something wrong.
It's all good.
Yeah, I
Nigga's
still got an issue.
crazy.
Well, like I said, we had the storm over here, so it
Okay,
might just.
got you. Give me a second. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
sure.
Shout out
Yeah.
to my brother. God, shout out to my brother AJ in this situation. It isn't even his opinion. It's his lack of communication skills. Severe inability to stop himself from talking. God dang. Damon got one of those Obama phones that's similar to, y'all know, them big blocks of government cheese we used to get. Listen, shout out to my brother Micah in this situation. Oh no, that's Mike that's up here right now. I'm tripping. Dang. Shout out to my brother AJ once again rocking out. That brother said doo-doo, bye, for real. Shout out to my brother Philly in this situation with the explosion. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. We love our women enough to call them out from being traitors that they are. We still have time to fix this mess, though, Lord. Bro said that like right on point. Like I've
Right.
always told people, African American women are guilty of treason. Listen, did you
Yeah.
guys hear that thing late recently? So there was a group chat. I wish I could pull that thing up. Dang it. There was a group chat. It was a lot of white men and it was 2 black women. They started asking white men to take black men out. Like literally take their lives. Like, we think black men. He was like, what are you saying? Okay, if you complain about the black community, the black men in the black community, what is the problem? What are you suggesting how we fix this? And she said, well, we believe that they're beyond repair and we don't want to get your platform shut down, but we wouldn't mind if they were no longer here. That's the black woman that we're talking about. Listen, I don't know what they had been through. I don't know. But how can you, because of your experiences with a few black men, ask somebody to start doing damage to, well, taking the lives of black men, period? See, this is what we're dealing with. It's treason at the highest levels. It's treason at the highest levels. Damon. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like I still got a little issue, but
Yeah, we can't
hopefully
even
it's
hear
okay.
you at this point, bro. We can't even hear you.
All right, I'm gonna sign out. I appreciate you having me on here. I hope y'all do good I hope y'all get good in Jersey with that snowstorm and everything. I appreciate you having me on here. Y'all take care.
You be cool, bro. Damon still, let me see. Damon, I can't, okay. It sounds better, though.
A little better.
Oh, man, that sounds terrible.
I'm gonna try to reconnect one more time.
All right. Hey, listen, so brother Mike, like here's our thing, man. You know, these podcasts are really good, right? Because we can reach people who we couldn't reach before, right? We can reach people in Alaska. Brother, just think about it, man. Do you know how many men, I ain't gonna say forget the women, but the brothers benefit from the show. Like all of the trials and tribulations and debacles that I have been through in my life, we journal those joints. And even the ones I haven't been through in my life. Brother, we do real live research for these shows. We have statistics. We have historical data that we even have videos that we implement in this show. This is a very, 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 very educational show, bro. Most of our stuff is educational. Like,
Absolutely.
we're not even necessarily talking about the women. Like when I have women up here, I love speaking through because we're on Facebook and YouTube right now, but we're usually integrated through Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, right? The information is reaching millions of people and causing them to think in a way that they hadn't pondered before, right? We have content that we do research for. A lot of it astounds me because I don't know all of this stuff all of the time. Sometimes in the research that I'm doing for today's show, I have to research this and that. And I find out, whoa, people don't often talk about children who were raised without their mother or their father.
Absolutely.
So then we end up talking about it on the show. You know what the core of this show is, brother?
What's that?
An elevator pitch for this show in 60 seconds. If someone were to ask me the premise of this show, we stress later in life outcomes. Two people getting together and architecting the best possible outcome for two people's lives in the later years of their lives, brother. We talk about that heavily because nobody's talking about the later years of our lives. When we get illnesses and things like that at 65 years old, you gonna need somebody. You better know you gonna need somebody. And we got a group of women running around talking about I don't need no man. Yeah, until you find out you need one. And now you done partied away and did all of that up until the age of 55 and whatnot. Now when you find out you need a man, you don't qualify for one. Woman, you 55 years old, 3 children still live with you, stomach all tore up, looking like an oatmeal Debbie, little Debbie pie. You sitting over here, you done got big, the fat hanging out from up under your arms, boobs hanging down like on National Geographics down to the belly button. At this point, you kind of got to take what you can get. But guess what? We have a group of women who say, that'll be settling. I can't. Have you looked at yourself? And that's what our problem is, brother. Our women grow up too late. Damon, you disagree?
I don't disagree at all. I completely understand.
If we could get it under control, man, see, the American government has I often tell people this. African American men were the only thing that could control black women. And the American government helped African American women escape from us. Now you see all of this.
I absolutely do agree, but I wasn't necessarily, so I'm privy to what you're talking about with history. So just to give you an understanding that I do know very briefly, I believe things started to get out of hand when the making of contraceptives started. That was in the late 50s, and in the early 60s, it became very popular to have contraceptives. At that point, it removed the shame of having a baby attached to a man who was in the community known as a loser, right? On top of the fact that we went to the deindustrialization of America. So many of our brothers had factory jobs, really good factory jobs. They were removed and shipped overseas to different countries,
I
and
remember
we
that.
lost out.
I remember that
Absolutely, and
affected my family.
absolutely. And then after that, we went through the crack epidemic, right? Now, my only thing is like all of those things are prevalent. I'm only 38, so I didn't get to see too much of that, right? I was born in 87. What I do realize is that once we got in, like the biggest flip that I saw that changed. So I'm big on this. I believe that music is frequency and vibrations, and it provide instruments that come together provide a form of hypnosis. I think this is why.
Brother, music is a remote control, and whoever is at the core of that music, producing that music, is currently controlling the African American community. No different than an Xbox controller. That's how powerful music is, bro. I agree with you.
Right. And so when I look at that, the moment I started to see gangster rap come out, right? And see that our brothers were starting to, were advocating for drug selling and killing our own people. I think our own women looked at that, right, and started to say, well, if he can do it, I can do it. I even think now, because we see so many brothers who are not fighting to be in their children's life. I'm not saying that it's not some really bad moms out here who are actually making it very hard for them. But I'm saying any of our brothers who are not fighting to try to be in our kids' life, you see more women now starting not to actually care about actually being a part of their children's life. And so
Brother,
I
do
think
you,
it's
do
all
you
a ripple
know do
effect.
you know how difficult it is to get a black woman to give up a child, man? You have any clue, man?
I
Therefore,
do.
listen, I know an amazing woman. I know an amazing woman that, shared custody of a child, and sometimes it becomes a problem. Listen, you can whoever got the kids, you can file them on your taxes, right? You can, the food stamps that you get, bro. I'm telling you, it has made it
And
highly.
listen,
They are incentivized to make sure that the dads can't get the kids, man. They get paid to do
to
that.
show you that I understand what you're saying, even if they don't get all of the things you just described, just to be able to say that I have kids and we on the street, people will be willing to open their doors for you. So even that in itself, I understand 1,000% of what you're saying. I just think at the end of the day, in all reality, it's hard for us to complain about women not caring about the betterment of the community, when we as our own brothers, we are doing different things to destroy our community ourselves, and they sitting back looking at that. Like,
But
oh,
hold
if you
on,
don't
hold
care,
on.
so why should I?
Who are you talking about when you say we are doing things to destroy our own community?
Well, both of us are, but the
No,
brother's
no, hold
definitely
on. You was
doing it
talking about
too.
black men, right?
Absolutely.
Who's creating us? Who's giving birth to us in these conditions? You can't get
Majority
around.
women.
You can't get around them being the core of this, man. You can't get around it.
Well, no, but
There's
hold
no
on,
way to
hold
get
on, hold
around
on.
it.
Well, here's the thing. Again, all right, brother, you have children, right, brother Stacy?
Yes, sir.
Would you ever find yourself allowing a woman to keep you away from your child?
I want to say no because of the caliber of man that I am, but I'm a very prideful man too, man. I don't really, man, I'm not giving no blowjobs, bro, for real. I saw some of my people go through it about them kids, man. But
Come on,
I'll give you
brother.
this. The man that I am, give me a second. The man that I am, nah, I couldn't do it, bro.
And don't you believe that we all should be this way, brother? Even though we know it's not logical and it's not reality, we all should be fighting for our children.
I agree.
And so at that point, like that's why I said, like, we both got to take. Listen, what you say about the ladies, I said, man, I've been saying this for years. Man, listen, I'm right there with you, but I also got to have equal accountability. Smoke. It's
Well,
like we can't tell
it's
people.
not equal accountability. There's a percentage that women are responsible for the decimation of black community, and there's a percentage of men. If you had to give both of those percentages, what would you say?
Um, because I believe the talking point that men are the leaders of the community. I'm gonna say it like this. You show me a community where men can't and won't lead, I will show you a ghetto. So with that said, I believe the men have just as much accountability, because if we are willing to show our women that we don't care about our community and we don't care about our family and we can let the kids go, then why should they have the same care? Why should they have more care or just as much care as us?
Brother Damon.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you sound way better
I
now.
agree. I agree with what the brother just said. I agree 100% with what he just said, which piggybacks on my point in the first place, is that we as men have to focus on ourselves to be the leaders that we need to be and not complain about what women are doing.
I don't agree with the complaining thing though, brother. At the end of the day, is so this the thing. We can we can assess and put the blame where it deserves to go, all while still telling people what part they played in the blame.
I
Okay,
agree,
Right?
but here's my
It,
point.
1,000%.
My point is this:
Because if you
we
don't
need.
tell them, they'll probably repeat it.
Okay,
exactly. And
so
they
I
won't feel
think
like they did anything wrong.
Exactly.
we need to shift from blame or teaching to action. Because we can do, you can have a show every night, say you're teaching or I say you're complaining, but until we do something actionable, none of those things are going to change. And the
Brother, but I
action needs
Well,
to
already
start
told
with
you that
black
I
men.
already told you that your philosophy is wrong. You're telling me nothing
According to
has changed.
you,
Hold on, brother. Hold on. You keep saying nothing's changed. So why are these women in my inbox telling me that they move a different way inside of their marriage now that they've been watching the show? Brother, that is significant progress.
okay, but
If even
I
listen,
understand.
if out of 4 years, if I only got one woman to say that, brother, that was improvement.
That's
absolutely.
anecdotal evidence. That's one out of a
It was
million or
still
whatever.
improvement.
Okay, I give you that. I give you that. But it doesn't discount my point.
It does.
It
You're making
doesn't.
okay. So listen, let me ask you this: what do you suggest? Do you suggest that we shut this podcast down, put it on in the closet? What do you suggest, brother?
I
Because
would
you're not
suggest
doing
that
more
if
for
you
me than the black community,
listen. I would suggest that if you're going to point these flaws out, then you need to come with
brother.
things
The
that'll fix
information
those
is the
issues.
cure.
They going.
The
What's that?
information is what we need. Some people
But you're
don't
not
listen.
providing
Listen,
you're
we
not
got a show.
providing solutions.
Listen, one
You're
of my
not
biggest.
providing solutions.
Oh, so that's what you believe?
You're not providing solutions. You're just complaining.
But see, hold on.
We have provided links to certain psychologists who specialize, man, in children being. Are you kidding me? We've had psychologists come up here. What are you talking about? We've had shows where later on people get in my I tell them, give me a thumbs up and let so I can know what your DM is, and I'll provide you the rest of the information. Bro, we got shows that are 2.5 hours long titled How to Transition from the Streets to a Legal Life. We got shows called How to Move from Your Hometown and Escape Bad Habits. What are you talking about?
Well,
Yeah,
I
brother
mean,
Stacey.
most recently, it seems that most of your commentary
Pick out some of the
is
commentary that I lied about or that is wrong, and I'll rock with you.
I mean the bulk of your commentary that I've seen is just recycled talking points from
Who?
But see,
other creators.
he already said that the information that he passes out ain't. So you got to understand this, brother. Most of us at our ages ain't no saving us, ain't no changing us. But if you can reach the next generation and get them to remove the generational curses
100%.
and get them to stop doing the stuff that we are doing and make a change, then that's all that's great progress. So I get when you say like it's regurgitated, it's repeated all over and over again. But listen, if one new teenager at 16, 17 tune in to Brother Stacy's show and go about their life in a different fashion than their parents before, man, that's progress. And
Listen,
that's not
listen,
complaining.
listen. You said, what did you say? You said something like using these reused talking points. What did you say?
Who, me?
Recycled talking points.
Oh,
Recycled from
okay.
where? Recycled from where?
I mean, your talking points are all over the internet. Everything you say has been said already.
What? Hey, can we say the same for the Bible? You
What do you
see
mean?
how that's
What do
what
you
I
mean?
say, brother. That's why your feelings get involved a lot. Because information is supposed to be recycled. That's why people sell books.
My
And,
man
and
cooking
that's
right
fine.
now.
That's fine.
Yeah, so
But
you
you
shouldn't
know,
try to associate it with a bad thing. Do you know how often listen? You probably can't find one show of mine where I haven't quoted Bible scriptures. But those Bible scriptures have been quoted millions of times. They are still powerful, brother.
Now,
okay.
information is information. No matter how
Yeah.
old they get, if it's true and it's real, then it needs to
Hey,
be reiterated.
right. Truth never gets old. Truth never gets old.
Absolutely. And listen, if you want to see a change at some point, listen, it's like this. Brother Stacy is a part of the army of change. Now, he may not be a five-star general on foot going out here like Malcolm X, but he's doing what he's doing on a captain level or whatever level he may see himself doing. Everybody's not fit to stand on the front line.
Oh
Hey,
damn! Give me a second,
I'm
y'all.
not
Give me
trying to
give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Okay.
All right.
Shout out to my bro AJ, rocking with us the whole time. Tagged up, used his technical skills to put the static feedback on Damon's phone so he could be mute. Listen, my people get pissed off. They get
You got
pissed off.
adult children. You got adult children commenting.
You too. You the one. You came up here talking about we picking on the girl.
Hey,
They
brother, you
picking
just
on
gotta
him.
you gotta want to get it right, not just be right, man. That's all.
My brother said,
I just,
"This is."
hey,
My brother said, "This is how." Hold on. Hold
everybody's
on.
entitled. Hey,
All right,
everybody's
man.
entitled to their opinion, man. So you got to respect different people's opinions.
Stop that. My brother said, "This is how men. This is how men. This is how men communicate different opinions." Brother Damon.
And listen, I'm on your coast, brother. What's his name? The Divine. I'm in
Damon.
Philly, right here with the storm, just like you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing a
Okay.
lot of the same stuff you seeing. Right on the East Coast. I can't speak for the West Coast. I've never been out there, but it's almost insane in every city and every black community.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It is bad, man. It's bad. Listen, these people who are snatching people's lives in Philly, in LA, Watts, South Central, New Orleans, what is it, Tennessee? Forget what, but where all these young rascals are at carrying those sticks, right? I
Hmm.
guarantee you they were not raised in two-parent households.
Yeah, the statistics show they prove it all.
Yeah, the
When you have
statistics. Yeah, the statistics prove that.
So listen, brother, I just really need to help you understand. Well, I'm not gonna say it like that, but I basically I'll say I don't understand how you don't see that women have the majority of power. Listen, a woman can get an abortion and a man has no say so over it. For every life that comes, a woman is responsible for it, brother, not a man. You disagree with that? Listen. How many times
No,
have you heard?
I agree with that. It's women decide if a child is going to be born or not.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, so I want to run this by you. I want
Okay.
to run this by you. Hasn't there been songs, not even just, let me ask you this. Have you ever heard through a song or just been in how women talk, have you ever heard that black men are deadbeat daddies?
Yes, I've heard that.
All everywhere. We heard it everywhere, ain't we? In music,
I mean,
just in conversation.
right,
Sally Jesse
right.
Raphael, Oprah Winfrey, Ricky Lake. So that has been said a lot in America, huh?
Yes.
So
Let's
if
not
you
forget
have
Maury.
heard this about me, if you know this about me, you've been warned this about me, why would you allow yourself to become a victim of mine without me putting her? Why would you give me a baby before I give you my last name?
Okay. So if your point of your content is to teach, then what will be your answer to a young woman to that question? How do you keep young women from falling into that?
Don't.
Not bashing them, not bashing them, but what
Bro,
do you
hold on, bro. I
say
want you
to
to do
make
me a
that not
favor.
happen?
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell us your definition of bashing. I think that's what we need to cross.
I think we need to get rid of the word altogether, but
I swear I've been said that. But listen, I really want to know, what is your definition of bashing?
I would say saying
telling the
derogatory
truth.
things with no solution.
Okay, hold on. I'm asking you right now, brother. I plead with you.
I just told you.
Hold on.
Yeah, I just said it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm asking you for this
Okay.
one thing.
Yes. Yes.
Name something derogatory that I've said towards women.
I think the way that you try to portray black women is derogatory.
Do you
You
know
take
what
bits and pieces.
derogatory means?
You take bits and pieces of research, and you use them to paint black women in a bad light.
So
So
am
as
I
he asked you,
am I painting a picture, or am I speaking loud out of my mouth about what they're doing as well as providing videos?
Okay, the videos do exist, yes. But there's also videos of black women doing great things as
So
well.
I don't care. But listen, you said I'm painting a picture of them in a bad light, or is their behavior painting the bad picture of them?
I would say you're painting an incomplete picture of black women.
So what is the
yeah, but
video? What is the video painting?
A piece of the picture.
but see, he's already asked you, name something that he has said that is inaccurate or untrue, and you've not answered that question yet.
Well, no. I mean, based on his information that he's shown, I mean, what he's shown is accurate based on the videos and based on statistics.
So
I'm not
how is
going to
the
argue
so
that.
how is the truth bashing?
Thank you.
I would say that
Brother, you really listen. Hold on. Let me interrupt you.
your
A
content.
thousand pardons. I want to give you a teachable moment. You see how the brother Mike came up here? He said it. He said, "I got smoke for y'all." But when he hears logic, I noticed that he knows how to make adjustments without making himself look any type of way, without making himself look like he lost some type of conversation. It is called adjusting. Brother, you refuse to do that. Even in spite of all of the information.
Because I don't accept your premise, then I'm wrong.
But you can't prove it wrong.
I'm not. I'm saying you're saying since I don't agree with you, somehow I'm wrong for what I think.
I'm saying if a grown man, see us up here, I feel it on Mike. I feel that Mike is a man. Listen, men, what we do is if we disagree with something, we already have information in the back of our head that is responsible for our disagreeing with it. So when you ask me, Okay, you just said you disagree. Tell me why. You should be able to. If you can't tell me why you disagree, maybe you should agree.
And the way that you
Well,
kind of display your disagreeing is more so on a feelings based type of term. Like you haven't given any factual evidence that would suggest that he's wrong about anything he's saying. You don't feel like you like the way he goes about delivering his message.
I would say that to me, when I listen to his content, it's all negative about black women, whether it's factual or not.
Let
That's
me
It's
ask
still
you
okay.
something,
So
brother.
negative.
basically, you're saying black women are moving negatively.
Some of them, yes,
So that
but
means
not
I'm
all of
not
them.
the one in the wrong. You're telling
No,
me I'm wrong? Listen, hold on, bro.
your
Hold on.
point.
Let me ask you
Go
this,
ahead,
because I want you to see.
go
I
ahead.
want to show you what everybody else sees that you're doing. Now, if I see a man beat the hell out of a woman and I speak about it out loud, is that wrong? See,
I
he
would say
doesn't
no.
want to answer because he knows it'll make him sound bad if he sticks with his story.
I said I would say no.
So how is it bad that I'm up here saying it?
I mean,
I'm
that's the
showing
premise
videos
of
to
your.
prove. I'm showing videos to prove what I'm saying.
And let me ask you
I
this, sir.
understand.
Hold on, I want
Go
him to
ahead.
finish that. I want no. Go ahead, Damon. I want to know, brother. See, because this is a puzzle piece that you're trying to force in the wrong place, brother. You can't even answer it yourself. You said that you can't name anything that I've said that is inaccurate or a lie. So why would you disagree with it then?
I'm not disagreeing with your statistics. I'm not disagreeing with the videos. I'm disagreeing with your portrayal overall of black women and discounting the responsibility that we have as black men.
So hold on. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. When if brother, if you get a nail in your foot and you get shot in your arm and you go to the hospital, what's the first part that you think the doctor should work on?
I guess they would ask you which hurts the most.
So if okay, all right. So let me just put it this way. When you go to the ER, they only concerned about what's wrong. They're not checking, they're not worried about whether your heart rate is fast or whether you got back pains. They worry about what's the biggest problem you got. I don't think it's fair to ask Brother Stacy to report on the good that's going on when what's going wrong is such more detrimental.
Even
We
in the
understand that
Bible,
there's
Jesus Christ said, I did not come for the healed. I came for the sick. What are we
Okay.
going to
there
focus
you
on
go.
the black people who have already made it to the finish line for?
I understand your point. I guess I'm looking at it. I look at it as uh, personal, where you have to start with yourself first before you start worrying about
And
what
I
women
feel
are
like I
doing.
started with myself. And I feel like I brought myself to a place where I have enough information, where my life backs up my talking points, where I'm practicing what I'm preaching. I feel like I am ready to speak. I've been doing it for 4 years.
And I
Listen,
give you credit for
I
that.
don't. Hey, I don't get booed off. I've been in the discussions with people who are celebrities. Nobody's
And
complaining
I
about
said
what I bring.
I give
Nobody's
you credit.
complaining
I
about
give
what
you
I
credit
bring,
for what
and
you
nobody's complaining
right.
about the solutions that I present.
and let's be honest,
I don't know about.
if you're doing it for 4 years and nobody, like, let's be honest, Brother Stacy got family, he got friends. He's known in his community at some point to some degree. Ain't nobody came out that I know of has bad mouthed him, said he ain't who he said he is, saying his
No, no.
life ain't.
I give him credit for what he's built. I'm not going to take anything away from what the brother has done. It's not easy what he's doing. I mean, these these type of shows come and go, but his brother's doing something right because he's lasted this long.
You
So
got
I
to
don't
think about you
necessarily
got to
have to
think you
agree.
got to think
I don't
about
have
this,
to
brother.
agree with his approach.
Listen, you got to think about it like this. We are way past the stage of, hey sis, stop giving blowjobs and letting men run trains on you. We just desire the best for you. No, brother. See, we have to move on. Even with our children, when we discipline them, the older they get, the tougher we have to be with them. See,
Yep.
because I used to whip his ass when between 6 and 10, but he started growing. He got bigger. Now I have to find different. Oh, I see he loves that cell phone. Well, let's go ahead and handle that since you want to bring a D and a C in this house, right? And then when he moves on from that and he gets his own house, how you discipline your children is you restrict them for your finances when they need help on this, when they need help on that. It's a gradual process, brother. We can't keep on sitting back while black women burn this community down saying, hey, sis, I just wanted to ask you to put that can of gasoline down. We've already done that. We've already coddled them. We coddled them for 20 years, watching them go on Sally Jesse Raphael, Ricky Lake, right? All of these shows, we didn't even have a mouth. We didn't even have a mouthpiece to express what you're doing wrong, to tell you shouldn't do this, to tell you what'll happen if you do this. But all of a sudden, men get to say something because of the internet, and we're bad boys.
Yep. We used to keep it to ourselves and keep it in the barbershop.
Right. So the point of your podcast is to change the behavior of women?
It is the restructuring of the African American community. I need black men and black women to start getting married more. I want you to start getting married for no reason. I don't even give a damn. If you guys are rocking, if you guys get married, listen, we got to get married. That is the key thing. But if our women keep if our women keep running themselves in the ground, getting trains ran on, popping out any niggas' babies, then the men who have it going on in our black community, they won't select these women. These are lower tier women, sewer type women. These are women who have other men's kids that's coming into your house. Most men don't prefer that. So we have to start producing the caliber of women who men of good means would marry.
And think about it this way.
The point of your...
Hey, hold on really quick. 1,000 pardons. I remember you said something earlier. You were talking about all of the men. Hold on. This might have been Mike was talking about the men cheating or whatever, this and that. Everything that one of you were saying, that everything that you're saying, it takes place in the white community. How come they survived? Cheating takes place in the Asian community. How come their women? See, their women never left them. That's the whole thing of this, man. You think white men don't cheat? Are you kidding me? But their women know better than to leave because they break up homes. You think Latinos don't cheat? They stick together because they honor families. Black women feel like they got our pit bulls who got our... You ever seen a pit bull popping that chain? Popping it. I'm talking about popping it hard trying to get off, right? Even if it's another dog around and that pit bull popping that chain trying to get off of that dog, get to that dog. That's what African American women are. They finally got off the chain and now they are on a rampage.
Okay, so would you say that the purpose of your content is to change the behavior of black women?
No, the purpose of my show is the uplifting of the entire black community and to restart restructuring and rebuilding.
Okay, so why is your focus so heavy on black women?
If we can't get black women to stop having broken bastard, listen. Let's say me and Mike right now. Let's say me and brother Mike. We start an academy today, right? Where we just going and getting we hold 200 people. We going through all of we going to the police state, the juvenile delinquent state, the thing, and we're asking them who the most troubled kids are. We'll take them and da. We're doing all of that. Brother, if we can't get them to stop having the kids that we're fixing, we will have a never-ending job.
Bingo.
It has to stop.
Okay, and I understand that, but like I said, I was just trying to get the premise of your podcast.
We got to get them to stop having those children.
So your goal is to change the behavior of black women.
Brother, I don't know if you're trying to trick me up or something, but I've answered that like several times, brother.
I'm just trying to
said the uplifting and restructuring of the black community. So I've said it like 3 times.
Oh, okay. That's a bit broad.
It's broad? Okay. The rebuilding and restructuring of the black community is broad?
Yes.
So let me ask you this. How do you restructure and rebuild a car? Is that broad, brother?
Piece.
Okay, so it's not broad. Bro, you just be up here talking,
Relax,
man.
Bro. Relax, man.
No, I don't play with my time, brother. This show means something to me. I don't play with all of the trolling and stuff. We're trying to get to solutions and
I'm not
things.
trolling you.
Other people,
I
there's
called in
100
to have
people
this
up in here right
conversation with
now.
you.
These people are
I called
listening
in
to
to
this
have a
stuff.
conversation with you. We're having
But
a
these
conversation.
people are listening to this stuff, and you're asking questions that I think you're taking for a joke. We are in a lot of trouble.
Not at all. Not at all.
The black community is in a lot of trouble, man. I'm going to be honest. I say it all the time, so I don't mind saying it now. We can't fix this. This is beyond our fixing. We've had so many generations of broken bastard children. We can't fix this. The most that we can do, man, is make it a little bit more bearable for the black children who are coming behind us, the generation that are coming behind us. We can't fix this. We still don't have our women. Hell, we ain't even fixed us yet.
Okay, and on that, I agree with you.
I want to say something to you really quick. This is how serious the situation is. It is statistically known, and from a genetic standpoint, that after 2 generations of sexual procreation outside of your generation, outside of your culture, I'm sorry, your ethnicity, we can eliminate the Black American race. It only takes 2 generations for your whole pigmentation of your skin color to be erased.
Listen,
And
we've been seeing these reports of black women. They're willing to go over there to those billionaires and sell their placentas and stuff like that, so that these people can figure out ways to do things. Listen, we have black women right now talking about, get you a white man, girl, get you. Like I told you, they're guilty of treason at the highest levels. If black women were more desirable and didn't have the heinous reputations that they have, they would have been left. The only reason they haven't is because they can't. Other men of other nationalities don't desire them. They're not taking these women to important balls and business bruncheons and meetings because they see that we can't handle them. These are many versions of male human beings is what they are with wigs on. What were you saying, Brother Michael?
Yeah, no. Also, the next generation has clearly, statistically, decided that they don't even want kids.
Yep.
They've been through the ringer, through trauma, and all the things. Right.
Yep.
So, like when you look at
marriage rates have declined and childbirth has declined.
So how can we have a community? And I'm gonna tell you what was crazy about what you said. You said talking about it is crazy. Like what the hell?
Well, my point when I said that was I think the focus should be on black men building. You know, you're not going to control what women are going to do. No matter how many podcasts you have, you're not going to change behavior. So you have to focus on what you can do.
Yeah, but it's not about controlling the masses of women in general, because look, this generation that we living in, our generation, most of them are unsavable. Most of them are unsavable.
I agree.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to turn the boat around. Let's see if we can move the ship around for the next generation that has to come in here. That's the goal.
That next generation is very, very important to me, man. The next,
at our age,
generation that's coming up behind us, it's doomed. It's over with. But I'm really, really, really intent on the generation that is coming after them. This gotta stop somehow. And if you say don't talk about it, that's nuts. That's nuts.
Well,
listen, they said by 2040, we are set to have a median income of 0. And he said, don't talk about it. Whoa.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Let me read these super chats off. Shout out to my bro AJ in this situation. He said, I'm exhausted like SP was after Sundays. Bro, I'm there again, bro. Shout out to my brother AJ lacing us up. Don't save him. He don't want to be saved. People nuts.
Clowns.
My brother AJ with another super chat. He said, this person refuses to receive information. I got to agree with that 100%. Like me, If anybody ever asks me why I disagree with something, I'll have it sitting right at the top of my head because it is what made me say I disagree. The information that was already there is what made me say I disagree. I'm not going to disagree if I don't have something that leads me to disagree with it. My brother said, I'd rather have the grass sweater dude on here. Listen, y'all been on that brother's sweater for a whole 2 days. And it's probably an expensive sweater. They done got him scared to wear Versace. My brother said he's the type to ask you what time it is, then say you're wrong and argue about it. I go for that. I go for that. And in order for us to stop having illegitimate children out of wedlock, the men need to step up and stop having sex with these women or unprotected sex. It's up to the men now. We can't trust the women to do it. Look at what they did now. I agree with some of that. But I'll say this, brother. You had some decent points. I'll say this in a slight disagreement with you. The men who they're getting pregnant by are broken bastard children that they created. They're all sleeping with the same men. That's why 54% of black men don't have children. There's another 20% lingering out there, and we know what it is. Our women are all sleeping with the same men. It's typically hood niggas. That's where all of the children... Listen, 80% of the children in the black community came from around 20% of the men. This is what it's suggested.
That's true. That's
Listen,
true.
so check this out.
That is
If
statistic.
those men are broken and dysfunctional and suffer from psychological damage due to not being raised with fathers and being raised with single moms, how do you ask a broken person to be more responsible about wearing condoms? Don't you see how crazy that sounds? To ask a dysfunctional, broken person, malfunctioning human being to be more responsible. The man took Nipsey Hussle's life in broad daylight in front of at least 30 witnesses, man. You think that you could have ever told him he needs to start practicing safe sex? We're talking to do you know what the illiteracy rate is? Listen, our children in the 12th grade are reading at a 4th grade level. It's nuts. You guys aren't acknowledging the children that these women have spit out are malfunctioning human beings. No different than if you drop a plate and it breaks. Human beings can break depending on the level of turbulence that they've experienced, depending on the levels of trauma that they experience. There's studies behind this. There's studies that go on to show how significantly the impact of children who were raised without their father is. And you guys don't understand that you guys keep trying to put the blame on boys who we should be thanking God they're not eating their own boogers. And listen, the statistics get worse when they were raised in impoverished environments. You're trying to tell us to go down into the sewers and all of the broken kids we find in the sewers come up and then you get pissed off on them because they don't know trigonometry. These people got bodies under their belts. And they're the same men. They're sleeping with all of the same men. Why do you think our 80% of our women have 70% of our women have multiple children by multiple men? There's not only sleeping with the same men, they're also sleeping when they're not sleeping with the same man. And I mean same man. That's why you see some dudes got 10 kids and things like that. These women will know that this ninja got multiple kids and she will let him nut in her. We can't fix this without the women.
That's true. That's true.
Listen,
Well,
I gotta say that.
I appreciate you taking the time and the conversation. I respect what you're doing, and I'll catch you next time, brother. Good work.
All right,
I just want to say something to you before you go, bro. Just real quick. I want you to understand something really quick. Success is a community achievement, brother. Success is a community achievement. So whenever you see somebody who's successful, whether they actually name the people who contributed to all of their successes or not, just know it was a community that helped that brother or sister get what they got.
No one rises alone, brother. No one rises alone.
Absolutely. So at this point, you have to understand that even with conversation, we need to influence all hands on deck. because no matter what we think we can do individually, success will determine the community will determine our level of success.
We need a stronger community. So peace, brothers. Be safe. Uh, Stacy, keep doing your work, brother. Keep
All
doing your
right, you
work.
be cool, man. Appreciate it. You got anything else from me, brother Mike, before I go?
Yeah, yeah. I'ma just look, man. You put me on some game. I mean, about the the feminism movement and did more in more depth detail. I just look at it from now where we are. Obviously, as I said, we need all hands on deck, and the ladies
I
definitely are a
swear.
super big part of it
I
because they
swear.
have a majority. They have our children. I just want to say, like, all the brothers who are watching, fight for your kids, man.
I
I
agree.
don't
I
care
agree
what
with
you
that.
listen. This what I gotta say, really, real quick. I know that the biggest thing that's the most important to a man is his peace. I've seen men walk away from their own children for their peace,
Yeah, I've
and I
heard
get
about
it.
that. I've heard about
But
that.
at the same
I'm not
time,
gonna lie, man. I couldn't do it. But I get it. I get it,
yeah,
you know.
absolutely, absolutely. So, with that being said, listen, keep doing what you're doing, brother Stacy. I'm gonna continue to tune in, man. Listen, you a powerful brother, man. We need more like you. All
I
right,
appreciate the love, brother. I appreciate you.
absolutely.
You
You
take
have a
care, man.
wonderful night. All right.
Hey, EJ Sam missed the super chat. I can't find it nowhere. Dang it. EJ, hold on. You must have did a cash. I don't know. No, this was yesterday. EJ sent a cash app yesterday. EJ, I don't see it, bro. Where EJ at? Ah. EJ said it's terrible when a man is more delusional than a woman. Shots fired. I gotta agree though. I gotta agree. I don't know where that's. EJ said,
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Jamaica definitely in the house, rocking out with us. Zael in this situation from Philly rocking with us. That was cold right there, Zael Philly. Bro said, how can you build anything with traitors? And listen, I'm not talking about traitors as in they did something treacherous before. I'm talking about it's in their heart to where if we can get them all in alignment, some of them would still have that selfishness in their heart that would lead them to betraying us again. It's in them. My man needs to shut up and just listen and look around and see what's going on today with black women and their children they're raising. Their children with different gender energy. Yeah. Uh, Scorched earth. Brother Prince, we may not fix it, but with the Lord's help, it can be fixed. But it starts at home. I agree with everything you said. 45 said clickbait simp. What the hell is that? Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's AJ, me too, man. I'm telling you, I'm tired from that. Yeah, you was definitely right about that, EJ. And see, I want men to know this, man. We shouldn't even have those traits. Men should have the ability to call things as we see them. We should definitely have the ability to really call. We shouldn't, it's not really our nature to see something and let our emotions come in and start deceiving us about what we're seeing. Telling us, no, that's not what you're seeing. The heck? What the heliante? Like the young kids say, what the heliante? Men are supposed to be the ones who can stomach hardships, who can stomach tough conversations. The heck is that? Yep, Cosmopolitan magazine played a role in this mess too. Yep. Karma Bombshell down here starting trouble. She said we got some welfare in Section 8 because you niggas just couldn't provide. Yeah, AJ said his need to be right was over. Jeez. Somebody said it earlier, man. Somebody. EJ said bro logic didn't make a lick of sense. Those was feminine traits. The heck was that? Brother Jerome in the house rocking out with us. But yeah, what we were talking about before that came on. Hey, men don't like simps. I'm telling you. Men have something against simps, but I get it. Well, I'm not calling it the brother was a simp. I'm talking about what they're saying in the chat. Because it sets us back. If you don't know how to chastise these strong of a women with us, and you start saying things that make them feel like they're not doing anything, they'll do worse. These women have to be stopped. They have to be chastised. I just don't understand what it is that keeps people from seeing our current predicament. I can't fathom it. Listen, people. We've been up here for 3 hours. Been up here for 3 hours. We might start, because we don't do the show tomorrow. And the energy I'm in right now, listen, I told you guys we got a hot show that I planned on doing tonight. But I'm like, AJ said that. Dude, I got drained up here. I want to check this out again. I think we might test doing this out again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. 6 o'clock your guys' time. I like that right there. Shout out Scorched Earth in this situation. Scorched Earth said the government has more money than men. Our women sold their mind, body, and souls to the highest bidder of government. I'd like to actually take a damn picture of that. I like that. To the highest bidder, man. All right, people, if no one wants to come up, if nobody has any disagreements, we're about to get up out of here. Come up if you have a question or if you have a disagreement. I'll drop a link down in the chat. There's a link down there in the chat. Or you can call directly in on the call-in line. The number's at the bottom in the banner. You know what? Let's go. If you have a question or a disagreement, there's a link down in the chat. You can click and I'll bring you up, or there's a number call-in line at the bottom. That's messed up. All right, people, we're about to get up out of here. Scorched earth.